So, welcome to session 4. And as you know, you've completed your first mission and achieved level 2. So previously, there was another attack by the Kylon during the night. You were sent you were sent to the site of the attack near the stalls in the northwest tenements to discover several Kylon young. You had a hard fight but prevailed and discovered that the Kylon were coming from Furley's goods. After investigating most of the day, you finally found out that Furley's goods was closed years ago, but the abandoned building still exists in the northwest tenements. You infiltrated the building to find more Kylon hatchlings, Kylon young, and Kylon eggs. In the basement, you found more Kylon young and had a difficult fight where at one point half the party was knocked unconscious. However, in the end, you prevailed. Finally, you found the adolescent in a large room in the basement, full of stone bodies and trash. You defeated the creature, obtaining a small spherical glowing red object. You returned to the guild with several eggs and the spherical object to prove that you were successful. And you told them about the lore and what happened with the infiltration and about the Sword of Justice. And at that point in time, you were paid a decent sum of 1,200 silvers in total, and were given a week of training and a week to rest and recover from your wounds. And so before we get started with the present time of the morning of the 26th, we're going to go back to the training and see how everybody's doing and what they did. So, Devok, we're going to go ahead and start with you. So, um, while you were training, you noticed that most of your teachers were wearing the same ring that you wear. And you notice that compared to others that you've seen, that your tutelage was mostly private. And when you had normal classes with people without the rings, you perhaps felt a little bit like that might have been a waste of time, that you wanted to get back to peeling at the veil between life and death. So, is there any specific events or or anything interesting that happened while you were training?
Um, um, I didn't think about this.
Okay, well,
uh,
that's no problem. We're going to go ahead and circle back to you. But in the meantime, were you able to level up your character?
I'm just finishing.
Okay, and
I just finished as we speak, actually.
okay, and is there anything you need help with, or you got it?
I, I'm fine.
Okay, don't forget to increase your hit points,
Yep.
and that you should be at full hit points, full hit dice, full slots, everything else. And before we move on, another thing you should be looking at, and so should everybody else, is if we bring up the campaign information, you'll find on there near the bottom downtime activities. Make sure to look at that because once we get through everybody's training, I'm going to loop back around to downtime activities, so you can start looking at that if you haven't already. All right. So that's excellent, Devok. So next, we're going to move on to Pico. So, Pico, go ahead and tell us about what your training was like.
We can't hear you, by the way.
Okay, well, I guess it sort of came as a last minute in the sense that, so of course, my intent was to be a druid. However, the trainers started noticing that there were some latent changes that were starting to appear, and that had gotten their attention. So they studied and realized that basically some sorcerer abilities were starting to break free. Um, and um, this was the reason, or part of the reason for some of the odd issues with my character, like very slow heartbeat and being perpetually cold and all that. It was all kind of tied to that. And so they decided to go ahead and take a break from my druid training in order to explore this. And so yeah, I learned some sorcery cantrips and sorcery spells.
That sounds great. Is there anything specific, interesting that happened during your training?
Oh yes. So as part of becoming a sorcerer, because it's a dark or shadow magic sorcerer, I now have 120-foot dark vision. So I was kind of manifesting as my character becoming more light sensitive as the sorcery abilities started kicking in.
All right, that sounds great. All right, so Ire, you when you became conscious, you had you had these rules that you had to live by. This oath. And as you've been struggling to understand what it means, you've walked the path of the paladin, and you've become you training in this path. So, what was your training like?
I actually haven't put much thought in this yet because I forgot to level up my character, but I would probably be going to various temples and doing ceremonies and whatnot, and looking for any any more hints as to where I my origins of the inscriptions came from.
All right, and did anything interesting happen during that process?
Not nope.
Okay, fair enough. So, as far as leveling up, do you need help doing that?
Almost definitely. I'm a bit lost on the process.
Okay, so let me see here. So if you look in the yeah, all the information is under I. It can be a little tricky to find. So let me. It's under rules. Except they're encountering errors. That's excellent. We love when they encounter errors. All right. This is your life. Shared campaigns. That's not it. Player's Handbook rules. There we go. So if you look under rules, you have the Player's Handbook rules, and then you're going to have leveling under here, and that'll tell you what you need to do. Let me find the exact link for you. Character advancement. So yeah, so under rules, so just type in rules. You'll see Player's Handbook rules. You click on that. You'll see a table of contents. Click on character advancement. And then if you look under there, you'll see that your proficiency bonus stays the same. But you can see like hit dice and other things. And then the other thing you'll do is you'll look under Paladin as a class and look at what features they gain. Likely you'll gain potentially new spell slots. You'll possibly gain a class feature or not. I don't know, but you can
Right.
look under Paladin. So go ahead and take a look under the Player's Handbook Advancement. If you have you been able to find that character advancement?
I see players him. I don't see character advancement. I don't see
Let
where
me
that
see if you
is.
can just search for that directly. Yeah, it looks like it works. So under I, just search for character advancements, and I think it'll take you directly. Yeah,
All right, cool.
you can
Yep, I
save
found
a
it.
step. So did you find that?
Yep.
So go ahead and look through that, and then I'll loop back around if there's still issues beyond that.
All right.
All right. So Regu, you started on the path of the fighter, but you have this strong connection with the weave, and you can't help but delving into the mystic arts. So you want to tell us about your training?
Well, when I showed up at the guild, it was pretty obvious that I was a reasonably competent fighter. Um, but I also had the ability to just kind of pick up and and very quickly learn magic, my magic initiate feat. I mean, as a fighter, I already had the ability to do a little bit with the weave with my strong connection, and so I had decided kind of divide my focus a little bit, and I wanted to learn a little bit more about magic, so they were willing to put me into the wizardly program, and so they taught me the fundamentals of the weave and a few first level actual spells.
All right. So the first thing is you're a little bit quiet, but we did hear you.
Sorry.
And the
Okay.
second thing is there anything interesting happened during your training? Any specific event?
I didn't have any real specific events during my training. My instructors were actually reasonably impressed that a first level fighter was showing up in their classroom.
Yep, that's fair.
But once they realized that I was a very quick learner and I was able to catch on and just understand the fundamentals very naturally and fluidically, I had no problems excelling.
Okay, that's excellent. All right, so moving on. Oh, actually, before we move on, Raku,
Yes.
were you able to finish your level up?
99.99%. I still have to choose my last cantrip. I was debating over it.
Okay, well,
Oh, and one more thing. It's in my character that I sit there and I fidget with my left hand and I constantly roll a coin across the back of my knuckles and stuff.
Okay.
As they were designing my spell book, can I have a thematic spell book?
A thematic spellbook. What exactly do you have in mind?
Instead of a paper book with writing and stuff, I'll sit there and it'll still, game mechanics wise, it'll still cost, 50 gold or whatever to, put a spell in my spell book, etc., etc. But my spell book, instead of being a book, each coin has runes and symbols on the front and back. So I can just reach into my pocket, pull 3 or 4 coins out, and as I roll them over my knuckles and I look at the front of the coin and the back of the coin, I'm actually studying my spell book. Each coin is a single spell or page.
So what I would say is that, like you said, mechanically it works as normal. But on the other hand, every the rules already state that every grimoire is different. Everybody has their own way of encoding their spells. So it's not too much of a stretch to think that some people's grimoires don't even look like grimoires. So I think that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, I'll have a breast pocket, and I'll have 6 quarters in it, or coins, and I can just reach in there and flip my coins, and I'm really studying my spellbook.
The one caveat, of course, is that you have to dedicate one of these coins for every spell that you know. And
Yes.
that just means that you have to put aside silver, gold, platinum, whatever it is you decide to use.
Yes.
Fair enough. All right. Oreo, you started out in the sneaking and stealing and the ways of roguery, but you've kind of been feeling the pull from the shadows, and maybe your connection with death is a little stronger than normal. So, what was your training like?
Well, it's not too far into that just yet, but you would have probably have met up with I think her name is Aru, right? Is the assistant?
Yeah.
Their friends
Yeah.
in the guild. And so I would think that she'd meet up with her and whatever other training mentor she's got to just focus more on her rogue abilities. So she's tried to start her training in tailing, and so she's pretty much in the gym, for lack of a better term, just working really hard at that. And while she's doing that, she's now able to also kind of push herself a bit further and do like a dash, disengage in combat, or hide if necessary as part of her combat skill now.
Okay. Is there any?
Necessarily, yeah, not in terms of an event itself, not really. I've got my downtime, but we'll get around to that. So that's yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That sounds great. So that is everybody. So now I'm going to loop back around with still the character level up, just to make sure everybody's set. So Devok, are you all set with your level up?
Yeah, I can talk about what I did in the week.
Okay, go ahead. Go for it.
So the people training me noticed I had a specific knack for a certain kind of spell, and they've been teaching me these interesting spells that I've never seen before. That involved me doing weird things like going to the what's it called? The necro something?
Necropolis?
Necro no. Necropolis, yeah. And doing weird things I've never heard of before. But I guess fit me well. Yeah. It probably has something to do with those weird rings, huh?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Okay, that sounds good. Is there any specific events that happen, or is it just generally strange?
Well, learning this spell in particular, I had some interesting events happen with that, such as an unintended explosion, I guess.
Okay. So what exploded,
As you
and
can-
what were the results?
The skull exploded. And what were the results? Luckily I wasn't in the blast zone, but
Good
it was
thing.
loud. I don't know what else to say.
Okay, that was great. All right, so going back to you, Pico, is there you're all set as far as your character goes?
Mostly kind of taking a last minute look at one cantrip. But otherwise, I was planning on doing training to upgrade my athletics skill.
Okay, well we'll get to the downtime in a bit. I just want to make sure everybody's level ups are finished first. All right, Ire, how's your level up going?
I believe I did everything. Wasn't a whole lot to do.
Okay, yeah, I see you got more hit points. Did you get any new class features?
Nope.
Okay, fair enough. I guess this is an easy level for you, although I'm sure future levels will be a bit more involved. So, okay, great. Ragu, have you been able to complete your leveling?
I have to add my spell focus, which is one of the class features I got, and like I said, I have to pick my last cantrip.
Okay, so you're still working on that. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, and Oreo, I'm pretty sure you're all finished, right?
Yes.
All right. All right, so it sounds like everybody is doing well with their characters. They're either done or are getting, almost there. So now I'm going to loop back around and everybody can describe what they did during their downtime. Be sure to reference that downtime doc I pointed out before if you don't know what to do here. So starting with Devok again. So Devok, you trained hard, but outside of your training, what did you do during your downtime?
Not certain yet. I don't have enough money to search for like a magic item. That was what I initially thought of, but I was thinking about the crime aspect because I just got this interesting spell. Let me think it real quick. That might be useful. So I think that might be what I do.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and look through that document and go look through the crime section, and I'll loop back around, and you can decide if that's what you're going to do.
Okay.
All right, Pico. So, what are you doing during your downtime?
So I guess that's where I was going to be doing the training. Or
That's true. Actually, sorry. Let me back up real quick. There's something I forgot to go through that which might affect what you do during your downtime. So we'll get back to that in a second. So as you know, about halfway through your week of downtime, the city celebrates the Festival of Agil. And your training is relentless, so you don't have a lot of time to partake in the activities, but there are effects that might help you out. The festival is the celebration of life and nature. Many people put small potted plants in the street, grown just for this event, outside their businesses or homes. If they can't grow plants for some reason, they put out decorations that look like plants, whether that be made out of paper or branches or whatever else they can find. Markets are overflowing with exotic foods, incense, plants, and animals. The temples are packed with those renewing their vows of marriage or their commitment to the divine. There is a charged feeling of hope and renewal in the air. Many shops and taverns are having sales for the week. Shops are having sales for 50% off farming tools. This is the time of year when farmers will often come in to buy new equipment, and many of the markets are packed full of them. 25% off of food and drink at taverns. Apothecary stores are offering about 25% off ingredients and potions. And many clothiers and armor shops are offering 10% off clothing and armor. So now going back to the downtime, now that you know all that's happening, back to Pico.
Guess I'd still be working on my athletic skill.
Okay, so yeah, you find a trainer at the guild, and because you are a member of these guilds, you actually get 50% off of what they would normally charge you for training. So instead of 250 silvers for a week of training in athletics, you only have to pay 125.
Nice.
So as you're training in athletics, describe what that's like. Is there any mishaps or interesting events?
Oh, I'm sure there's a fair bit of that. Given that my strength is 0, so my athletics is 0, I'm not exactly a prodigy at this stuff. The only saving grace is that I do a lot of falling, which I am very good at, so I don't hurt myself, but there's a lot of trial and error struggling to get better at various things, like trying to be better at climbing and swimming.
Okay, so yeah, after a hard week of training in your sorceress abilities and a hard week of training with your athletics, you find that you still wouldn't say you're proficient in swimming or climbing, but you would at least say that you're a little bit better. All right, Ire. So what are you gonna do during your downtime?
Uh, I actually completely lied to you when I said I was done with my character because I realized I have multiple feats I need to add. So
Well,
if you
lying is something evil people do. You're going to need to be smited now.
So sorry, going back to what you said, you have multiple what to add?
Feats, or I don't know what they're. I think they're. I don't. Just their paladin things I need to add.
Oh, your class features.
Yeah, the class features. Yeah.
Oh, the ones you said you didn't have any of. You actually
Yeah,
have
that
some?
one exactly. Yeah.
All right, so don't worry about the downtime yet. Go ahead and focus on that, and we'll loop back
All right.
around to you.
All right.
All right, so Ragu, outside of your hard training, what else did you do during your downtime? What sort of downtime activity?
Oh, a whole bunch of stuff. Sit back for a minute.
So to make things clear in that document, you can basically do one of those things. So it can't be that much stuff.
All right. Well, no, actually, it's shopping.
Okay.
Talking to my contact for possibly selling stuff. Trying to ritual cast a spell, and then potion brewing.
Fair enough. Let's go ahead and start with your shopping. So what are you doing there?
All right, shopping. I want to know if something like a buckler is available. Just a small shield that I can strap to my arm in order to have my fingers free for spell casting in combat, but still have, like something.
Okay, so actually there are bucklers. Let me go ahead and open up the rules about that real quick.
Okay.
Let's
And the
see.
big thing is so that I can still have my fingers open for casting as necessary
Right.
without having to drop it.
Open in world. All right. Sorry, give me 1 second. All right. So there you should see a link, and it's an article about armor. And you can see that what you're looking for is a small shield. It's near the bottom. And instead of a +1 AC, or sorry, +2 AC, it gives you a +1 and weighs 3 pounds. So is that the kind of thing you're looking for?
Yeah, as long as it leaves my hand open, because I know a full-size shield, even though it's a +2, I can't cast spells holding the shield.
Yep. Yeah, that's the point of having the small shield is so you can do
Yes.
stuff like that. So that'll work. All right. So
Yes.
you are able to find a small shield because a normal shield would generally run you about 100 silver. A small one is generally will be about 75, but because of the sale, you're actually able to find one for 65 silvers.
Excellent.
And it gives you +1 to your AC, and the weight is 3 pounds, so you can go ahead and add that to your inventory.
Okay.
And I believe these don't actually exist in 5e normally, so you'll have to add it manually, I think.
Alrighty.
If you need help with that, we can deal with that later. All right, so that's your buckler. What else are you doing?
I wanted to try and, with my magical training, the first thing I really want to do is try and ritual cast Identify on this little tiny red death bead.
Is that object that you found from the
The
Kylon?
adolescent Kylon death marble. They didn't take it from us at the guild. It's still in my inventory. He didn't ask for it. I figured I wanted to find out what it does, if anything. Who knows? Might be useful.
Okay, so you cast your Identify, and you find out that it seems to be a small concentration of power. You suspect that it is probably worth some money, or you also suspect that it can be used for other things you don't know about yet.
Okay. Magical things that I don't know about yet,
Exactly.
probably far beyond
Yeah.
far beyond my learned ability.
But at least you got an idea what it is.
Excellent. Okay, see, that's IDing the bead out of the way. It's a little power source. Okay, buckler shield. Okay, I had planned on trying to go out and gather my materials for my potion brewing.
Okay, so basically,
It
that
says
would,
that I can do that over the course of a watch, which is like 2 hours per potion.
it is, but keep in mind you're also training and you have to leave the city and everything.
Yeah.
But we can probably do, you can gather materials and brew one potion. You probably can't do both. I mean, you probably can't brew 2 potions and gather materials, but you can gather materials and brew 1 potion.
Okay.
So that's fine, assuming that you make a survival skill check or something else if you have a more appropriate skill.
I have botany specifically for this purpose.
Fair enough. So go ahead and make a botany check. In this area, it will be a DC of 13, I think.
Which I have failed.
So you definitely go out and you definitely spend time looking around the city, but it appears that a lot of the ingredients that are used in brewing these potions have already been taken. You suspect that apothecaries that sell this stuff have specific areas where they grow the stuff, or they have it shipped in from outside the city, or perhaps they're much further ranging, but that would probably take days of travel.
Okay.
So you attempted to gather ingredients. What else do you do? That'll take about half
Um,
your time. So keep that in mind.
right. I did want to go to my contact.
Okay. You go to your contact, and you find at his shop, you find a sign that says closed, and it says that he's gone for the week, but it doesn't explain why.
Oh, especially this week when he's getting lots of business.
Yeah, it is really odd. However, there are other shops nearby, so your options aren't completely gone. But unfortunately, he seems to be gone at the moment.
Okay, yeah, no, it was just him that I wanted to talk to.
You get this
Alrighty,
feeling that you might be talking to him soon enough anyway.
okay.
Is that are you doing anything else, or is that the end of your downtime?
All right, since I failed at my botany check, it says I can brew a potion in 2 days. Shopping for a buckler only took like
Yeah, yeah,
maybe an
yeah.
afternoon.
So you
So,
can brew one potion. That is correct.
all right, that's what I was gonna ask was because if it's only 2 days to brew a potion, can I get like two potions in? That's 4 days or no?
Um, yeah,
Since I failed my botany check, I'd have to pay full for them, minus the 25.
yeah, we'll say you can do that. So yeah, go ahead and you go to the apothecary, pay the amount that it says, but subtract 10%.
10%, not 25.
Um,
You had said 25 earlier. That's what I'd already written down.
oh,
Yeah, I recall that's what I heard.
25. Oh no, you're right. It's 25%. It's 10% off of clothing and armor. You're correct. So yeah, so pay the price, but subtract off 25%.
Alrighty. I think I'll...
Cool.
All right, and that will be to brew 2 of the standard healing potions.
Yep. And you don't have to make a roll because it just takes time, and it's assuming you're going slow and getting everything right. That's why it takes so long. It just works.
Alrighty.
Cool. Thank you, Ragu. You were certainly busy during that period, and by the time you're done with your rest, you're going to be really tired. All right, on to Oreo. So what are you doing during your downtime, Oreo?
I guess clarification first because I think I might have misunderstood. The training that we've done at the guilds is considered the level up only, nothing else. Is
That's
that right?
correct.
So
So yeah, you
then
got your level up,
my
whatever training you need to get level up. If you want to get additional training, that you can still do that, but it'll cost you money.
right, but it's not treated as part of. So my point is because I wanted to use preparation for downtime, but I still want to start on tailing as a skill.
Yeah,
So I can't
yeah,
use.
you can do that. So the way I'm running it is to make downtime a bit more useful and regular. Is that even when you're leveling up, you still get your normal downtime, but when you're not leveling up, you don't gain any more. So you're getting a little. Think of it as a little bit of a bonus when you're leveling them up, and when you're not leveling up, it's regular. So you can still do a downtime activity, just like Ragu was doing. So if that includes training a skill, you can do that. It'll just cost you 125 silver.
Okay, that's fine. So I definitely would say that the piece of it that I mentioned earlier about her using or starting her training in tailing is part of that. But I do also want to do or focus on the preparation downtime so I can try and gain an additional fate point.
Okay, so that's the thing is you can do one or the other. So you can
That's
train
what
your
I was asking.
skill or you can do your preparation. You can only do one of those things. So you got to pick which one you're doing this particular downtime.
That's why I needed a clarification. So in that case, then I'm just doing the training, the skill tailing. So 125.
Okay, so yeah, you, you have a spot on the sheet where you can put down the skill, put one
Yep,
of the
I already
marks.
have.
Yep, excellent. So what is there anything interesting that happens while you're learning tailing?
Not didn't really bother coming up with a why for how that happened. Unfortunately, it's just a
Well, that's fine.
cheese, the cheese training, all that.
Okay, cool. All right, so that covers everybody except for Ire. So looping back to Ire, how are you doing with your character?
I pretty much have it all done. I just can't figure out how to import these two feats to my character sheet.
Okay, let me go ahead and look at the Paladin. I'm
I'm
not.
trying to get the fighting style and divine smite onto my character sheet. And for whatever reason, I don't know where it's supposed to be going, but it's not showing up anywhere when I import it.
All right, so class features, second level, fighting style, spell casting, divine smite. Okay. And let's see, fighting style. Adopt a fighting style special. And of course, you have to click a link. So, which fighting style did you pick?
Defense, I believe it was called. Or protection. Protection is what it's called.
Fighting style protection. I definitely see it. And so you can't figure out how to get it on your character sheet?
That is a
So
true
you went
statement.
to features, and did you drag it over?
I did drag it over, and
Okay.
it says importing compendium data, and then nothing happens.
All
So,
right. I guess I'll try it on my end. Why did it go to spells? That's weird.
Oh, because you're picking from the spells, you have to go down to items. I already made that mistake. I tried to put a shield in my inventory, and instead I gave myself the shield spell. So I had to delete the shield spell out of my spells and scroll down further to items, and underneath the items category. So in his case.
So yeah, I don't know why it's not working, but all you have to do then, Ire, is if you go to features and you see features and traits, you just hit the add button
just write it in.
and then
Yeah.
just copy and paste it.
Should I do the same for divine smite? I'm
Yeah.
guessing. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but that's fine. It's not too difficult to copy and paste. All right, so while you're doing that, and then you still have to do your downtime, but in the meantime, I'm going to do something else real quick. Ragu. So on the 26th, one of the first things that happens is that everybody gets a note as you wake up that morning that you are to meet at the guild in order to in order to get your final mission as novices, and then so you're expected to meet there, and it sounds like things may have gone a little wrong. And then I have something else to put in here. There it is. And you notice that Ragu is discreetly handed something, but it is discreet enough that you don't even know what it is.
Okay.
And in the meantime, Ire, do you have any idea what you were doing during your downtime?
Yeah. So I would be attending religious services and speaking with leaders of the church to gain favors with the church.
Okay, that definitely sounds good. And if you look at that document, you actually have a roll to make to see how well that goes.
Yep, I believe it's persuasion.
Yep. And one thing I'm going to have you do as well is go ahead and roll a d10. And let's see what you got, because I'm on a separate page. Okay, so you got a 2, so everything goes fine. And what was your persuasion roll? Looks like an
8.
8.
So yeah, I
So
guess.
you work hard, and you definitely work with the church, but it seems like they don't notice your efforts. You think it's probably because of the festival, and the churches are packed full of people, and everything is busy and chaotic, and somehow your efforts fall through the cracks.
Unfortunate.
Yep. All right. So I think that's everybody. Have I missed anybody for either character creation or character leveling or downtime?
Uh, just well, I'm gonna act on what I have here, or is this part of our next?
Yeah. So this will be the next thing is to start the actual session proper, and then you can act on that.
All right.
All right. If I haven't missed anybody, then we will move on. So you wake up on the morning of the 26th. It has finally stopped raining. The sky is clear, but unfortunately, there's very little movement in the air, and it's really hot. And you already know that you have a mission, Ragu. Yeah. So what do you guys do?
Um,
You're supposed to go to the guild to receive your mission. Is that what you're doing, or are you doing something else?
all right. Do we have to be there like right away in the morning?
I would say that you probably get up and you eat, and you probably have maybe half an hour before you have to be there.
Okay, then I guess we're gonna go there first. And hey, guys, I got a little side thing to do after we catch our orders.
Okay. So you
Or is this going to be fast enough that I can try and swoop it in as we're going to the guild?
probably it would probably take you too long because getting there and then going, then you have to go back, so that'll
Okay.
add a fair amount of time. But you
Alrighty.
suspect basically them to talk to you and give you a briefing, so that necessarily won't necessarily take that long.
Ready.
Anyway,
Like-
so all right, so you head over, and yeah, you head over to the guild, and as you arrive, you notice Elru step out of the door, and she waves at you, Oreo, and gives you a thumbs up, and then she says, "Come on, come on. Unfortunately, we have some things to talk about, or at least Carl has some things to talk about." And so she leads you inside, and you find Carl in his office. And it helps if I put him in the right layer. So you find Carl in his office, and he's sitting down and has this kind of worried expression on his face. And he says, "Welcome. Please have a seat, everyone. I want to commend you on your work in your previous mission. That you were able to help a lot. And we were able to apprehend Delore, but after some discussions with the city lord and some others, we have determined that rather than locking him away, we are going to keep him under house arrest for a while until we figure out exactly what to do with him. But rest assured that his life is not over. And in fact, this whole thing seems to have awakened something in him. I don't know him very well, but I get the feeling that he's straightening up or something. At least that's what he tells me. He seems to be excited to change his life around. So some good came of this there. All right, well, we should probably begin then. So, you're no doubt aware, there are some loose ends that were not resolved last time, and unfortunately, they reared their ugly heads. We have we've uncovered some information about the Sword of Justice, and it appears to be an organization that it doesn't they do not have much of a presence in the city. In fact, up until now, apparently they didn't have any presence in the city, supposedly, although I find that hard to believe. Anyway, they are an organization that seems to be against the exploration and exploitation of new worlds. They seem to believe that outside creatures, especially the Kylon, are a danger, but they include the shadow kind and the automata. And they believe these creatures should not exist in this world. And I'm not sure why they brought Kylon to this place, but I suspect that it is somehow related to their goals. And on top of that, we've had another attack by Kylon. Clearly, there was more than one adolescent, or perhaps other variants. And finally, the lore claims that he spotted Janice. Apparently, before we caught up to him, he spotted her out in the city. You can visit him to find out more. But I have enlisted his aid in this in exchange for lessening his sentence. So he should be able to help you out in any way he can. But I would recommend dealing with the attack first, because there are likely more Kylon there, and we want them dealt with before they expand. And unfortunately, like last time, the orders from above are that you are to handle it rather than the guards. I personally believe that the city guard is not involved in this, and there's no reason to not enlist their aid. But unfortunately, I am not in charge here. So it is what it is. And as far as the attack happened in one of the civic districts of all places. There is a building there undergoing renovation in the southern civic district. And I can give you directions, but it is a relatively large and important building. And the attack happened near that building. The bodies have been recovered. But we suspect that there may be Kylon in the building or around it. So he gives you directions to the building, and he tells you where Dolores' place is, but you already knew that. And at this point in time, he says, like before, you have about a week. It's not as strict this time, but given your performance last time, I don't think this is a problem. And you are to figure out where the Sword of Justice is, what they're trying to do, and of course, to remove the Kylon threat. Specifically, to hunt down the Kylon that is giving birth, if you want to call it that, to the Kylon attacking the city. For they are young Kylon hatchlings that have been spotted. And you do those things, and within a week or two, and you return, and you will be eligible for your final training. And after that happens, we can begin to prepare for, or finish preparing, I should say, for our first expedition into Luma for quite some time. Do you have any questions?
No, sir. I think we've got all that down.
All right then. Well, if you have no further questions, I'll let you be to it. And so Elru pops her head in the door just as Carl's about to say her name, and she says, "Oh, you're done? Okay, I'll escort you out." And then she takes you outside, and she's bouncing around. Exciting? Anything exciting?
Just
No? Okay. And then she takes you outside.
Yeah, we have to dig up got juicy gossip about the Sword of Justice.
Oh, okay. All right, so she takes you outside, and I'm going to go ahead and put you back on the map. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a green flag, if I can find one, a flag on the map where the where the thing. Well, here we'll do black flag.
Wow, that's ominous. Especially that big.
Anyway, so that shows you where the attack occurred, and I will mark I'll mark any incidences that I need to in a similar fashion. All right, so you just left from the briefing. So what are you doing now?
Actually, it might be worthwhile making that flag a little bit bigger. It's a little indistinct on the map right now.
Fair enough. How's that?
That's a little better.
Yeah, I think we can pick it out a little bit. It's got a nice
Yeah.
gold top or yellow top or something.
Yep. All right. So what do you guys do?
Well, do we have any preparations we need to do before we go investigate this?
Actually, if you guys don't mind, I could run off to a friend of mine. You want to come along, or do you want to get anything else done?
What do you have in mind?
Well, I got a note from my friend. I'm gonna go find out what he's got for us. Might be something helpful info-wise.
I guess I'm okay with that. Anybody else up for finding out what Gimbal found out, or assume it's Gimbal that's doing this?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's go. It's fine. Quick question though, Jeremy, because I remember in the last session before we even got far enough with the last encounter, we were at the I think it was like mercantile area or the district. And I had asked for information, if any, on the Sword of Justice there. I paid for it specifically.
Oh, you did.
And that was before the week of the downtime. So would I have already had that information if there's any?
Okay. So yeah, I would assume that you went to find out any information, and the information they gave you would have been basically what I already said about the guild. They know what the organization is about. They know that the organization is, as far as anybody knows, doesn't have a presence in the city. But they do know that that organization politically seems to be moving against Mavin and attempting to get various rulers to stop the dangerous exploration of the new worlds. And you are also informed that there's rumors that more than once this organization has tried to destroy the portals, but they've been unsuccessful.
Okay. That was all.
Okay.
Give me the present now.
All right, so yep, you make your way to Gimbel's toy store. It takes you about 20 minutes to get there. And when you get there, you notice that the place is open again. The sign from before is gone. And you enter, and you see Gimbal back there, and otherwise the place is empty. And he looks over to you, Ragu, and he says, "Ah, you finally arrived. I expect you to be here even earlier, as much as you pestered me.
Well, yes, my friend, I was here a little earlier, but you had a note saying you were closed.
Oh, yes, I had some unfortunate business to take care of, but never mind, never mind. So I
Oh,
looked into your objects. He looks around again. It's like, yes, yes, the seals are up. Okay, I looked into your objects, and I was able to trace them down to the cellar. And so I went through my channels and was able to get a meeting with the seller today at 10. It's currently about 8:30. Um, and I have informed him that an associate of mine will be meeting him in my place. That would be you, obviously. And he he's the one that was selling these objects, and so he should know who he sold them to, or at least have some information. And so I'm hoping that you're able to go to him and get something done here. So he is going to meet he wants to meet outside the back of the Wrong Side Tavern. And you remember you asked me about that Golden Dice place, and
yes.
I didn't know much about it. Anyway, apparently it's across the street from that. And so that hopefully is enough information to go by, because that's what I got. But so yep, across the street on the corner from the Golden Dice.
Excellent.
And
Thank
this
you.
person will be wearing a blue cloak and a hood. He's a human, and he's got a clean-shaven beard. And I'm sure you'll recognize him.
Clean shaven beard, is that like flowing bald hair?
No, not glowing bald. He's got normal hair.
Clean shaven face. Yes, we understand that. Now, I had another something that might interest you. Just, for being such a good friend and all. I
Okay.
kind of look back and forth, and I reach down into my pouch, and I pull out a little cloth and said, "What is this a be worth into you?" And I open up the cloth, and it's some of the Kylon eggshells. As magical components and other such stuff, you have much more value in this than the common person.
He takes out a monocle, and he takes a close look at at the pieces. He says, "Yeah, this could be worth something. I'll have to investigate. Oh, I haven't done much with the Kylon yet for obvious reasons, but I'll have to look into it and do some research. But it's definitely worth something.
Excellent. Keep
For
those.
just give me one of those for now, just to
Oh
look
no, I
into.
was I was giving these to you for you to sell to whoever and stuff. You help me much, I help you much.
Oh, well, wow, thank you." He takes it back, but it's probably not what they're worth. But he puts down 5 gold pieces, and he says, "Take this. I can't take this for free. There might be valuable
Figured you had.
research."
Okay. Well, I figured you would simply help me later if I'm looking for
Oh,
anything
I will,
special.
I will, but I wouldn't feel right. So take it.
All right. Alrighty.
All right. So you got 5 gold pieces. So what do you do now?
Um. Well, we've got the contact to at the Wrong Side Tavern to find out who sold whom those magic crystal shards that they used to stealthily gain entrance to the city, and the magic crystal shards that they used to magically arson the farm. Anybody? Is everybody dead silent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can
Anyway,
you repeat what you said?
Sorry,
Can
go
you
ahead.
repeat what you said?
Yes, we have the contact. We have to go to the Wrong Side Tavern and
Oh, yeah.
meet the person who sold those crystal shards. Remember the crystal shards that helped them sneak into the city, and the ones that they used to burn down the farm.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can find out who he sold those to, or whoever they were sold to, then we have more evidence for the city against whoever did it, and that much closer to catching them.
Now,
When are we
question
scheduled to meet this person?
At 10 a.m. in about an hour and a half.
I was gonna say, how long does it take us to get across to that particular side of town again? Is it like an hour
It's
or
generally
less?
about an hour, yeah.
So we have, you said it was 8, so we've got a little over an hour. We've got 2 hours.
It's about
Maybe.
8:30 because it took you a while to get here, plus your briefing at 8.
All right, never mind then.
Yeah, because we still have the black flag at number 5 to investigate. Yeah.
That's my point. I don't want to wait too long considering how fast these things tend to reproduce. So I wanted to check that out before going all the way over there.
Do we think we got enough time to do that and then rush up there to the meeting?
Well, how many people do we actually need at this meeting? It might make sense for most of us to watch, the site from the outside to make sure nothing goes on while the meeting's happening.
Okay, but I was gonna say, what if there's a Kylon? I don't want somebody to miss our fight, especially me.
Yeah, but what if Kylon go killing people because nobody's around to react? I mean, that's why we'd wait outside to make sure nothing that happens. I mean, it's a risk, but you have to decide how important that information is, or how many lives it's worth.
Okay, I see your point there. It might be wise for at least one person to come with me.
Maybe Galen, since he seems to be a smooth
Depressed?
talker.
Well,
Oh yeah, that's right.
so basically, Galen has been doing something during his downtime outside of training. You don't know what yet, and neither do I. But anyway, whatever it is occupied his time, and you haven't seen him.
I mean, I could go, but I don't know how much help I will be.
Perhaps you, Pico? No?
Let's see. We've got our rogue. We probably don't need to be doing anything too sneaky to the guy.
Yeah, but
So you're probably better off for surveillance purposes. If something does go down, I guess both Devok and I are fairly well armored, so that would be good for dealing with things.
Wait, why don't we both?
What was that?
Why don't we both just go?
Well, we're trying to decide who goes to the meeting and who stays to keep an eye on the potential Kylon nest. So, yeah, we don't want to have too many people go to the meeting. I mean, I would have thought one's fine, but I guess I could go too, but I don't see how useful I would be.
Well, okay, I can go and try and talk to the person.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
I guess we'll go along anyway.
Okay.
All right. So Ragu and Pico were going, and then I guess I'll put Oreo as the token for the other group. All right. All right. So Ragu and Pico are headed up toward the Golden Dice, and Oreo and the rest of the group, you are headed to the Civic District. Is that correct?
mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm going to go to Oreo first and her group because, well, she'll get there a lot faster. So let me move you over to the right map. Where is it? There it is. And then I am going to place you there. And let's see. So we have Devok, and Galen is gone, and we have Ire. Right?
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
So you make your way to the civic district, and you see that there are a lot of relatively large buildings with official signs, and you can see lots of well-dressed people moving about their business until you get to this particular street in this particular area, and you notice that the number of people drop off drastically, although the buildings are just as large and foreboding in a lot of cases. And before you, you see the building that you were directed toward. And in the front on the door, which is currently closed, you see a sign that says closed for renovations. So what do you do?
Um, I like to check for uh, tracks or any kind of signs of buildup of trash, things of that nature around the building.
Okay, go ahead and make a survival check then. All right, well, that's a very good roll. So, yeah, you're looking around for tracks, and you see that there are tracks that kind of come out the front, and the tracks seem to go around the side, um, both to the north and the south. Um, and yeah, and you're pretty sure that most of those tracks are Kylon tracks, although you do see tracks, some tracks from humanoids as well.
A mix of both in both directions.
You do see a mix of both, but it looks like they're not heading the same way. It's more like people going around the street and maybe other people walking up to the Kylon tracks and walking away, but they don't seem to be matching in parallel or anything like that.
So which one is more specific to a potential Kylon area?
So yeah, like I said, you got to the north, to the south, and directly in the building. Because and as you look closer at the tracks leading into the building, you can see that the door is slightly ajar.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do Colin count as undead or what? What type
They
of
are
creature do they
technically
count as?
devils as far as classification.
Devils. Okay, gotcha.
Which I believe count in your list of I forget what there's like an equivalent to demons. Tyler, do you know the name of it? It's
Fiend,
the
maybe. I'm not sure.
yeah. There you go, fiends.
Fiend?
Yeah,
All
they
right.
would, it might classify under that.
Dealing with them is fiendishly difficult.
Okay.
Does
Yeah,
this building have like windows, or you said the door's slightly open?
Yeah, the
Is
door's
it
slightly
like
open. There
is the
is a window here and here. You can't see any others from where you are.
is it if I go up to the window, how visible into the building is it?
I will let you know. So I'm going to go ahead and paste you on a different map. So you should be able to see inside the room now. And looking through the window, you see some sort of office. And you can see that there are shelves, you can see a desk, and it looks like things have been kind of hastily moved recently, but it does say under renovation.
What about the other window?
Okay, so yeah, you go to the other window, and you see another office.
And can I see anything to the front door at all, or is that pretty blocked off? So
It's ajar, but you'd actually have to open it to really see anything. And it's a set of double
I'll take a
doors,
peek.
so you'd have to kind of push them. All right, no problem. Let me go ahead and move them out of the way.
Just a little peek.
So you can see what looks like a main area, like maybe a waiting area or something like that. And you see off to either side, you see closed doors, and straight ahead, you see a closed door.
All right, I'm not gonna be able to tell anything without going inside, so I'm just gonna back off.
Fair
Well,
enough.
we
Let
just
me go ahead and
go
move you
ahead.
back. Oh, you're already there, so I'll just delete you.
Hey.
So what'd you see?
It just looks like some offices, pretty abandoned. Not much going on. I was hoping to see something, some evidence of, inhabitants, but no, not
Look a
much.
little
It's looking
fidgety there,
pretty.
Eye. Are you sure you're alright?
Yeah, yeah.
But
No,
you
it's a
definitely
little.
did see tracks going in there. So even though they're not visible, you suspect there's probably at least one Kylon in there, if not more.
Right, yeah. They're probably in there, but I figure it's daytime, right? And the window, the sunshine's shining through the windows. They're not gonna be out in these
I
rooms, probably
mean,
deeper
if you guys
inside.
feel comfortable, we can just go
Stay
in
inside.
and, well,
Yeah,
I don't know about staying inside, but trying to get rid of whatever the hell we find first.
sure, we can go in.
Okay, let me go ahead and move you guys then.
I feel like those are death guys. Nice meeting you.
All right, so there you are. You can head in.
Yeah.
All right, yep. So you head in, and yeah, like I said, you saw essentially some sort of waiting room, perhaps. You see benches, you see chairs, you see paperwork, but it all seems to be blank.
And the doors are closed at the
They are
moment?
closed. They're not locked, but they are closed. And you also notice that the carpeting, the rug, and the plush chair seems to be brand new. So what do you do?
I'm gonna look under the carpet.
Yeah.
Okay, you look under the carpet and you see floor.
How about something with the chair inside under the cushion? Does it have like a cushion on the top?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you go hunting around. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Can I help him considering that I've got the what's it called? The Dungeon Delver, just to see if I can help him with any hidden spots and whatnot?
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, go ahead and roll with advantage, and you get the same roll either way. And so yeah, you're searching around. You're searching under the cushions, and you, as you're looking around, you notice that one of the drawers is slightly ajar. But that's the only thing you find.
I open the drawer.
So you open the drawer, and you find a set of keys.
Nice.
Take the keys.
Okay. All right.
Should we
So you
try
grab the
door yet?
keys, and Devonk, actually, you were pretty focused on that. So I'm going to have everybody in the room give me a perception check.
Including me?
Or everybody's in that room. All right. Oreo, you notice, you hear like the scratching noise, which Devok does not hear at all, by the way. You hear the scratching noise from on the other side of that door that Devok is next to. And it's almost, if you've seen the claws on the Kylon, you can imagine those kind of scraping across stones or something.
I look over to Devok and I just kind of give him like in a silent like mime treatment, like, don't move or make a sound. Back away from the door slightly.
What are you talking about? Okay, I guess so.
Is the noises loud enough that once I point it out, he could hear them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they're pretty faint, but once you point them out, he'll be able to hear them.
Okay.
Does this door have like a keyhole or anything that I can peer through, or maybe
Yeah.
underneath it?
Yeah, I would say so. I'll let you do that. Hold on one moment. One second. I have to set something up here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and remove the door temporarily so you can see.
Oh,
I And now I'm going to put it
Yeah.
back.
I'm in danger.
No, you stay right there. You're good.
Alright.
Oh boy.
All right. And at this point in time, actually, I should probably, yeah, never mind. I'm going to do it this way. So as you guys were in the room, um, how are you kind of moving around and everything?
Oh, I would be stealthy, like just tiptoeing.
Quietly.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to have everybody in there go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Easy.
And what is there? 14. Okay.
Oh wow.
Oh,
The
no.
one time, are you serious?
Well, that's fine
Mhm.
because at least half the party succeeded
Oh
based
my
on their passive
God.
perception. So the DC was 14. So two of you succeeded. So they're still milling about and they don't seem to have noticed you.
You're supposed to be the silent one.
Hey, watch it. All right. Maybe not stay in this room too long, cause I mean, we all peeked inside, right, Jeremy? So we all saw the cluster
Yeah.
that is awaiting the other side. Okay, yeah, we don't want to stay in here too long.
No, I would like to leave this house.
Can we? What about? Can we listen against these other doors just to see if there's any sounds?
There's
Because
nothing, because that's the window doors. I already looked into both of them from the windows, and they were empty.
But what if? I mean, you say empty, I say investigating.
I mean, all right,
That's
go
fair.
ahead.
Go ahead and
Be my guest.
go ahead and make your perception check.
Okay. Where were you, you stupid roll?
You're positive you don't hear anything on the other side of those doors.
Look over to Devok. Do you want to try one of these keys? See if maybe that Jimmy is it open?
Yeah, wait, one of these keys? Aren't they unlocked?
They are unlocked.
Oh, they're locked. Okay, I open it.
Let me listen to mine real quick.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and get rid of them. All right. So you open up the door to reveal what appears to be an office. But as you look around, the shelves are empty. The table, the desk, it has books on there which seem to be open. There's writing implements, but there's nothing actually written down.
The state of the carpet and the chair, is it similar to the ones in the main room, or are
Yeah,
these
so
more...
it looks like it's all new stuff.
I'm gonna search the drawers in this thing.
Yeah, I want to help him again.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
With advantage.
Yep.
One second.
Okay,
Wow.
you're searching the drawers. At first, in the bottom drawer, you look back and you see this weird shadow, but then you look again and it's nothing.
Hey, hey, Ire, do you wanna check?
Sure,
Make
I'll
sure
come
I'm
take
not
a
going-
look. I'll take a look at this drawer. Maybe there's a false bottom.
Here's a false bottom.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yeah, there
All
you
right,
go.
so you're looking in that drawer and you're like, yeah, I mean, obviously, if you pull this and you pull the back, because there's a little hole that was causing a weird shadow, you pull it away and there's a sack behind it.
Aha.
A leather sack.
Nice.
What is in the sack?
So you pull out the leather sack and you look inside and you see that there are you see 5 gold in there and about 15 silver.
Sweet. Monies. Wait. Yeah, okay.
Can I do a sweep of the room for any hidden, either doors or spots or something like that, just to triple check the room again?
Sure. Go ahead, and it looks like you're moving things around and you're really investigating. So again, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. 'Cause I was gonna say, well, because the
Because
feet
you've already
specifically
seen
says.
everything there is to see just by looking. So if you're
Okay.
gonna dig deeper, it's an investigation. All right. So yeah, you're looking around. You're opening and closing all the drawers, looking underneath things, on top of things, um, etc. And you find in the back of one of the in one of the drawers in this thing over here in the counter. Anyway, you find in the back you find a scroll and inside you see you unroll it and you see written down looks a lot like a shopping list, but at the bottom, it seems to be some sort of IOU from Joey, and it seems to be from some sort of store.
Okay. I'll pocket it for now. All right. Do we want to? Are we done with this room? Do we want to go to the other one before officially leaving?
Yeah, let's check the other room.
Yeah.
As you head back, and this time none of you have any trouble hearing it, you can hear scratching at this door.
Damn it. Really gotta
As
wake up
if,
the
and then you see the door kind of quickly open and slam, as if somebody is trying to get the knob open.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, fine. We'll come back later.
Yeah.
All right, so let me delete you guys and move you back. All right, so you find yourselves on the outside. Is there anything else you want to do before I go to the other group?
I mean, I
I
just want to post up out here and make sure they're not
Yep.
coming out the door.
I was gonna say, do we want to? I don't know if necessarily splitting up is the word I want to use, but like putting ourselves in a certain spots, like along maybe the road, one at the front, one on the other on each other side, so that we can have a pretty good sight of the entire area, and we can see each other.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I'll be at the bottom end on this side, keeping a watch, and you guys can each decide which side you guys want to take up in the middle and the top. So stay in the road.
Yeah, I'll be in the
closer
middle.
to each other.
Okay.
And then Devak, do you want to go up to the northern part? Devak?
Devak, are you there?
My bad. North. Yeah. I got you.
Cool. And then that's, I think, and we didn't discuss this, but I'm assuming that after they're done with the meeting, they're coming here, so we're just gonna wait for the rest of the team when they come.
Okay, fair enough. So I'm going to go ahead and move to the other group. And that would be there. And there we go. And then we are going to put in Ragu. All right, so Ragu and Pico, after over an hour of trying to get through people, you finally show up at the Rose Boulevard again. And you see to the north, you see the Golden Dice. And you're also standing next to a building that has a sign on it. And based on the sign, it seems to be the tavern you were asked to go to. So what do you do?
Ready? Do we
Is
see
it the red
anybody
roofed
in?
building there?
So that one more time?
Is it the red roofed building there? Well, reddish.
Yeah, this one
This
here.
place. All right.
All right. So what do you do?
Is there
All right,
anything-
Ragu. Where are you supposed to meet this guy exactly?
He said behind the wrong side tavern. So we've got to find the back side.
Maybe over here.
Ah, yes.
Okay. As you go toward the back, you see a person with a blue hood over their head, um, kind of hanging out where all the trash is. And as you start approaching, he looks up and he says, "I'm meeting someone here. Shoo."
Well, apparently we're meeting someone here too, eh?
He
A
looks
friend of mine's.
he looks at you
Right.
hard, and he says, "Are you um, R?"
Yes.
Okay, R. I've been asked to meet with you here in place of our mutual friend. Uh,
Yeah.
so, what is it that you want?
Um, I need to find out whom you sold some things to.
And what things might those be?
A small crystal that might be a passing without trace or some other disguise, and another small crystal that, when crushed, will create fire in a magical form.
He's nodding and he crosses his arms and kind of leans back against one of the boxes, and he says, "I might know something about that. Why should I tell you?"
Yes. Um, well, we really do need to know. We're not interested in, your selling it. Just who happened to come by it is all I'm looking for.
Okay, go ahead, and that sounds like a persuasion. So go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
All
I'm
right.
going to try and help him by pointing out this Kylon menace isn't good for anybody's business. So the sooner we can fix the problem, the sooner things get back to normal. And maybe the guards will be less likely to be looking in on, you know, business dealings.
Everybody's business, yes.
Okay, I will say that will give you advantage. So Ragu, go ahead
Okay.
and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Uh, this still sucks, but here we go.
All right, so he's nodding his head and he says, he takes a deep breath. You're probably right. I should probably tell you something. Well, thank you for not bringing others with you. I do have to commend you for at least being smart enough to do that.
Yes.
All right then. So I did sell the items you mentioned, and shall we say those kinds of things won't be available for a while. There's some heat. There's some. I get this sense that there's some crackdowns coming. So don't come back looking for that stuff anytime soon. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I do not know the name of the person I sold it to. I do know that it is a rather tall fellow that seems to go around in brown robes like you might expect from a monk or maybe a priest. And strangely enough, there he seems to be hiding out, or at least he was at the time. And this, at least we met in this building at the Halls of Learning, of all places. It was at the outskirts. There's this ab- abandoned building that's apparently housed students or maybe faculty at some point. I don't know. It housed somebody, but apparently it's in bad shape, and the whole thing's going to get torn down. And nobody's allowed in there, but well, this guy was. But whatever, it's not my business. That's where he was. Halls of Learning. Um, It's the only large building like that there that's abandoned, so you should be able to find it. That's all I know.
Is there anything else you can give us to help? Was he a very tall human?
I believe he was a
Or
human.
tall elf?
His ears were covered, so he could have been an elf, but he was definitely a human or an elf or a half elf. One other thing, he said something about justice, but I only heard it in passing, so I can't be sure. I might have heard a different word.
You probably heard correctly. And you didn't happen to see any young woman with him or anything?
He was alone at the time.
Well, that's still extremely helpful, I think.
And he puts up his hands, and as far as this stuff goes, I'm done with it. I have nothing more to do with it. You have what you have, and that's all I can offer.
Oh, that has been most helpful. Thank you for seeing us.
Of course. It was for a friend.
Yes. And we don't need any more crackdowns or patrols or anything like that aren't overly necessary. So cleaning this up quickly shall help make everything go back to normal soon.
Let's hope so. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put you back on the map. So you have finished that. I'm going to go ahead and put one of these flags at the location. Let's see, it'd probably be right there. All right. So what are you going to do?
Well, I say at this point we probably should go back and meet everybody and deal with the Kylon.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and move everybody back to that map then. And then I am going to put all your characters on there. So we have Pico, and we have Ragu. And once you arrive, you notice that the others seem to be standing near the street watching the building, or at least they seem to be watching the exits. So what do you guys do?
Wow, I'm impressed. I guess I'll walk up to Ire, since he's closest.
Okay.
Hello, so anything exciting going on here?
Oh yes, we found a den inside this building in the room to the back side of the building around here. So we're just staking out the entrances, making sure they don't go. We really realistically probably should have, now that I think about it, gone to the other side and checked for our back entrance, which we did not do. But now that you guys are here, we have more sets of eyes. Maybe you guys can wrap around the building and check it out. There was a den with at least, I'd say probably 3 adolescents and 4 or 5 hatchlings.
Yeah.
So
Just you said 3 adolescents?
2 or 3, yeah. Probably
Based
3.
on your experience, they were probably the Kylon young rather than the
Young.
adolescents.
Gotcha.
Oh, whew.
And like
talking
4 or
about
5
like-
hatchlings.
We're still talking about over like half a dozen in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of them in there. Probably 8 or 9.
All right, well, I think we should probably take some lessons from Numbing Talon and Nikolai Voyn and make sure to cut off escape routes first.
Yep, so
Yes.
I
Catch
would
them in
advise you
there.
guys to go to the back side of the building and check for all of the entrances.
So okay, what do we know of? So we got the one on the front where there's
There's
side
two
entrances too.
there's two windows and double doors at the front. That's all we know of so far. We haven't really cased the building.
All right, I can send Char to the back side of the building really quick and tell us what's going on there.
So okay, so you send Char, and there is a door over here. There's a door at the very back. And in addition, there is a window over here.
All right, do these doors open out or in?
They open out.
Pico,
I want to. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm having an idea here. If we go and go to these doors real quick.
I'm thinking we should
Nope.
lock them.
Exactly my point. Let me grab this bench and we can put it right up against the doors open out so we can effectively bar the door.
Well, I was thinking more finesse. Do these doors look like they have keyholes?
They do.
All right. I want to try and lock one of them.
Okay, that would be a lockpicking check. So go ahead and roll against your skill. All right, you do successfully lock you successfully lock the door over here, and since you've made one check, assuming the locks are the same, then you don't have to roll in the future for this particular building.
Alrighty. We could still barricade the door just in case.
Excellent idea.
And
Yeah,
there
even if
was
there's, like,
also a door back here, according to the owl.
Yeah.
Let me lock that one first before we do barricades.
Okay.
Okay. And
Fair
then
enough.
there's the window. Any ideas about that? Just kind of leans these benches up against it, or it's pretty much as it is.
How big are these windows?
It was just
The
one window up here.
windows are fairly small. They're maybe 2 feet wide.
Are they relatively high up?
They are first floor windows, so you can just stand and look through them. So they're like you'd expect in front of a house or something like that.
Okay, so maybe like 3 feet or 4 feet off the ground.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and move you so that you can see what's in that top window. I'm going to go ahead and move both of you since you're over there. And so yeah, now you can see what's through that one window you can see.
Oh, great.
And it seems to be some sort of records keeping area, perhaps, or library. It's hard to tell from the outside. And there is a single table with some books on it. And, of course, the creature, which is definitely a Kylon Young.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I actually forgot about that window, but it is there, so you can see through it. So you can see through it as well.
That is a lot of mess.
I see.
And the back door is right here, so which is currently closed, and you locked it, so it's locked. So you guys are looking around where those creatures are, so I'm actually going to have both of you make a stealth check, unless you don't care if they notice you.
Oh yeah.
The DC would be a 14.
Is it just stealth, or do we do our tailing bit?
I think
'Cause
it's just
we're
regular
moving.
stealth, because you're not actually tailing anything or following anybody. Let's see. With 2 people, at least half have to make it. So in this case, you guys are still okay, despite the low rule by Ragu. So they haven't noticed you. But I'm assuming you're trying to stay out of sight. So you're like standing against the wall, peeking around, rather than standing right in front of it like your tokens are.
Yeah. It just happens to be where the tokens wound up resting her.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, let me know when you're done, and I'll move you back to the other map.
Let's see. I need to verify one more thing. Okay, so there's a door south there. And then this one has, it's probably a bigger open area. These things are going to explode, aren't they? All right, I guess we can go back to the other map.
All right. All right, you guys have looked around. You found the doors and the windows. You've locked the doors and attempt to bar them with the benches. So, what's everybody doing now?
All right, well, we definitely have, okay, so nobody's been inside yet?
we
We
have.
went inside. We went inside the lobby area and then peeked inside the back room and saw all the Kylon in there and said no and left.
Yep.
Did the doors look lockable on the inside?
Yeah, they had keyholes and everything.
There's a
I think I've
room
got-
on each side, and then there's a middle room here. We searched this room, but not the north one.
All right, well, I guess we can
Maybe
move in and carefully check, but I think I've got an idea. If we can lock the inside doors, we might be able to trap them in place, and we might actually be able to attack from the outside window.
Oops. Oh yeah, you're already there. All right, so you should be able to see the inside room now, and you should be on the lower map.
Negative.
All right.
And as you enter Oreo, you notice that they've managed to get this door partially open. So it's actually ajar. And when they were clawing at it before, they seem to have managed to open it.
Devok has the keys. I'll help push the door close if Devok can come over to lock it up.
Okay, so you guys got to push the door closed. Everybody is moving around inside, so I'm going to have everybody make a stealth check. The DC is 14, and at least half of you have to make it. All right, you're good. All right, so the door is closed.
I want to check out this room before we go, because we didn't get a chance to do that before.
Fair enough.
Okay.
You open the door, and you see another office area, and again, the furniture looks new, especially the rug and the upholstery on the chairs.
Can I do a sweeping check like I did in the other room?
Yep. Yeah, go ahead and make your investigation. You can make a perception first, just to see if you notice anything, just by looking around. Your passive isn't picking up anything.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, so yeah, you don't see anything that sticks out. So yeah, you go through and start investigating, opening drawers and all that. So go ahead and give me your investigation. All right, so yeah, you're searching through, and you're pretty positive that you're thorough, but you don't find anything that stands out. You don't find any papers or money or anything like that.
Okay.
I wanted to check the desk again, and I also wanted to check under the rug.
Okay, you check under the rug, you check the desk, and yeah, again, you're not really seeing anything that stands out. No weird shadows, no nothing. This seems to be a brand new desk and everything. So whatever was here before is likely gone.
Well, let's head out then.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the Kylon don't know you're here yet. So what are you gonna do?
Do we want to use the plan of going through the window to attack them, or
We still have, I mean, if we do the window thing, we still have to somehow break it open and stuff, so wouldn't that immediately alert them to us?
It would. I was thinking
right?
more though that going through a window means something they wouldn't be able to easily get through.
More of a
Didn't
bottleneck.
How high up is the window and how big is it?
That's roughly 2 foot across, maybe 2 or 3 tall, and it's a couple feet from the ground, like you would expect to see in a house.
To be honest, I feel like honestly I feel like we'd be better off just going through the front door. I don't see the point in going to the window. It's an entry point either way, right?
Oh no, the point was to use the window as a bottleneck choke so that we can make attacks through the window and they would have to jump out the window to attack us and then, we
If they
didn't,
could even
them
do
at
that.
bay.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
didn't most of them, even the hatchlings, have magic-based attacks that can do it from range? So would they even need to get out? As long as they see one or some of us, they can still keep throwing stuff.
Let me
Yeah,
remind you guys.
What if? How about this? What if we have 2 or 3 people that have ranged attacks at the window, attacking through the window, and then the melee people like me coming through this door and keeping them in the room, and that way we make sure that they stay in the room and that they're. We have two choke points, right?
Yeah, that cranium could be useful.
Could have sworn it was
Question.
two.
What was that?
No, never mind.
The question though is, do you happen to have a skull on you
Not on.
other than yours?
No. That's the tricky part. It would be quite the detour to go grab one, unless there's one nearby.
I'd go grab one from where?
The
You
necro.
mean kill somebody out halfway down the street and get you a cranium?
Well,
I
I was more thinking something that's already dead.
honestly, I think would be fine to just take them on from the door and the window instead of ranged people at the window and me
Yeah.
here. I mean,
So what you guys know is that the that you suspect that if the window is broken, that they would probably be able to climb through it.
right.
Uh, so
But would it slow them down any? And could we literally stand there by the window with a big sword and, hack the head of anything that pokes out,
I mean,
keeping
yeah,
them
you
at
can
bay
certainly try
effectively?
attacking them as they come out, but it'll be like a held attack, and yeah, you might hit them and do something, but that doesn't necessarily keep them coming out. And even if it
I
did, they
really
could still bite you since you're right there, or fire fireballs at you or whatever. So, I mean, you're free to do it. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm just letting you know how likely it is to get what you want out of it before you do it.
Yeah, we were just looking for the tactical advantage possibilities.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just way easier and more practical to just block off the window and go through the door. I don't see any value to going through the window.
Question about this door. Which way does it swing?
Let's see. I guess this one they were clawing at it. It swings inward, so away from you guys.
Okay, that isn't necessarily too useful then. At least not for what I was envisioning. These other rooms don't have any passages out of them. No. Well, if we got this door locked, we want to try the south side door.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Because I would also, because I'd kind of like to avoid having them blowing up too much indoors, and I like the idea that we have a little more freedom of movement.
So go ahead and move yourselves to the south door. I've already moved it so you guys can see inside or move inside. And as you move
Oh,
over
there's a
there, you notice that there is it seems to be some sort of storage area, but you do see a door to the north side of the room.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Guess we'll go ahead and unlock this one.
We lost the party.
Yeah.
Oh, there you guys are.
Yeah, I'm assuming that you unblocked it, unlocked it, etc., so that you can open it and see what's in there.
Okay, does that door ahead of me look lockable?
It is.
All right, I want to go ahead and lock it.
And it opens towards you.
All right, that could be handy.
So do we want to all be in a certain position to ready an attack as soon as we open and see the first thing in there?
Before we do that, what's in the storage room?
You see a bunch of boxes. They seem to have. They're all none of them locked or anything. But you open them and they seem to have old rugs and cushions. You see some old scrolls and books, but if you look at them, they appear to be empty. Um, and some sort of tools that seem to be for cleaning, things like brooms and mops and that kind of thing.
Well, what I'm thinking is we could do ranged attacks, basically open the door, shoot into the room, or run in and then back out. Basically force them to come out of the room to come after us so that we've got more room to fight in this courtyard. And I might be able to give us a bit of a surprise if I throw a minor illusion in where the door is and then try and open it inward. They might not notice that the door is now open and give us a chance to kind of see what's going on before we attack.
I like that idea.
He's very good.
All right, well, in that case, I think I will try that. I will go ahead and unlock the door, cast minor illusion to create an equivalent of the door there, and then try and quietly open it.
Okay.
Before I open it, does anybody want to get into any sort of position first?
I'm gonna be right there with you. I mean, can we actually be, considering how small this is, can we even be in the same space like that, or do we still need to be in our
Yeah, you still have to be in hexes at the end of your turn. So if you were like wanting to shoot from his position or whatever, you can move over, shoot, and then move to wherever.
Okay, well, it's kind of hard because the way the hex is almost at the corner, so I'm just gonna say that I'm in this corner here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're overlapping a little, do the best you can. It's fine.
All right.
All right, so yeah, you open the door, and well, since you're the one opening the door, go ahead and make a stealth check to see if you can open it up and to see if the door hinges squeak or anything.
Can I help him with it, please?
You can. So go ahead and roll again. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
So you go to open the door, and apparently they didn't replace these hinges, because as you go to open the door, you just hear this loud squeaking noise. And in addition, as best you can, you're trying to hold the door open as you open it, or hold it up as you open it, but it's scraping against the ground. So you get this scraping noise and a squeaking noise. And at this point in time, all of them look your direction, and I'm going to need you to roll for initiative.
I glare at Pico, because holy shit.
Oh my. I did not want to go last.
Why? These damn initiatives.
Now, one thing I'd like to point out is that it may have gotten their attention, but there's still an illusion there, so they're going to have to spend an action to try to see through it if they want to be able to get past it.
Fair enough. All right, has everybody rolled it? Okay, has everybody rolled initiative?
Okay.
All right. So I am, all right, so we're in round one. And make sure we're positioned. All right, so we're in round one. And Kylon 1, he's looking over at the door curiously. And you see him move up to the door. And as he gets close, he looks at the door. He's looking at the door curiously, and he opens his mouth. and you see the wisp of magic kind of get. He's just like sucking it in like air. So he spends his action, and you notice that once he's done, the illusion's gone, but his action is spent. Kylon, the hatchling 3, he sees you there, Pico, and he is just going to shoot at you from where he is. He opens his mouth, and this flame comes out and hits the wall, which fortunately is made out of stone, so it doesn't start burning. He hits the wall next to the door. And then Hatchling 1, seeing and hearing all the commotion, moves over. All right, Ragu, you notice that the illusion that was just there a moment ago is gone, and that one of them tried to fire flame at Pico, but missed horribly. What are you going to do?
Crap. Righty. I'm gonna take half a step forward and swing down with my sword.
All right, go for it.
Where is my... Jeremy, can you see Char?
Yeah.
Am I missing him?
He's
hiding
outside.
underneath something?
I just put him under you. There he is.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
All right.
I got him. Well, he can't really do much through the door, but he's going to come like right up here to the back of my shoulder, getting ready for next time, unless he can give me a help action from my position.
I don't think so, but he can sit on your shoulder and wait.
Yep.
All right.
He will do that till an appropriate time, so he can hold his action this round.
Fair enough.
I'm checking.
Okay, you go to swing at the guy, but he just moves out of the way behind the wall briefly, just long enough for you to hit the wall.
Okay, I'll finish my movement standing over here so that other people have access to the door.
Fair enough. All right, Pico, so your illusion is gone. Ragu attempt to hit the Kylon Young standing in front of you, missing. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go ahead and attack the one in front of me.
Okay.
So let's see. Verify one thing first. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and do a normal attack.
That's definitely a hit. All right, so you slash him for 5 points of damage. Definitely hurting him, doing about a third of his health.
All right, and then I'll go ahead and attack with the other claw as well.
Cool.
I probably should make an offhand version of this. Well, that misses anyway.
He moves out of the way after the first attack. Is that the end of your turn?
Nope, I'm going to go ahead and move into the corner over here.
Fair enough. All right, Ire, you see the Kylon Young in the doorway. He's at about 2/3 of his health, from what you can tell. What are you going to do?
All right, I will move in front of the doorway, blocking it, and with my trusty flail, give who is this hatchling 3 in front of me? I think it is.
Yep. Or no,
Can't
it's
tell the
1 in
name.
front of you.
All right, give number 1 a little.
You're talking about this guy,
smack.
right?
Yep.
All right, that's a hit. All right, you bash him for 4 points of damage. And at this point in time, you can see a lot of the skin is missing and this fluid is leaking, but he is still alive. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay, so Hatchling 4. He is going to crawl through his buddy and temporarily occupy that space in order to attempt to claw at you. But an 18 is not good enough to hit Ire. and so he moves back.
Wait, if he
Oh, and he gains an opportunity attack. So Ire, take your opportunity attack.
Oh, nice. Actually, sure, yeah, okay.
Oreo, was that what you were going to say, or do you have something else to
Yep.
say? Okay.
Nope, that was exactly.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
Whew.
And it explodes. But when you hit it, it was moving away, which means it was in front of the door. But the doorway would probably channel the energy, so it doesn't hit Oreo or Ragu, but it does hit you. So go ahead and make a dex save.
Oh, that's not good.
All right, so as it explodes, you take 2 fire damage.
Oh, man.
That could have been worse.
That was pretty optimal.
All right, so the Kylon Young 3, he is going to step behind and fire at you. I'm going to move that guy temporarily. I'll move him back with his flame. And he hits the guy in front of him in the back of the head. So let me roll damage.
Immune to fire, or is it just resistant?
It's resistant. So the guy in front of him takes 2 points, and he's already hurt. And then he moves back. And then Kylon Young 4, you see him. You can hear the scratching noise from behind the door. Hatchling 2 is going to move forward, and he's going to fire flame at you, Ire. And that 23 hits. And so you take 7 points of fire damage, and then he'll move back. Hatchling 5 is going to move over to front and attempt to claw at you, Ire.
Just out of curiosity, considering the position I'm in, do I get a attack of opportunity when they move out there?
I think you're hiding behind the wall, so I don't think so. Because I'm assuming that you're kind of against the wall, which is why the fire didn't hurt you.
Okay.
So
Just figured
yeah,
I would
don't think
check.
so. Anyway, he misses. He moves back. Go ahead and take your attack of opportunity, Ire.
Don't I don't have a reaction anymore.
Oh yeah,
do I?
you're
So
right. You don't. Fair enough. All right, and then from that angle, Young 2 can just shoot you from where he is. No problem. And he hits. And you take
And he
another 2
does.
points of fire damage. All right, Devok, you can see that all of these creatures moving in to attack Ire, some of them successful. Ire's now at about half health. What are you going to do?
I'm going to use this spell. Come on. I'm confused. Okay. That. Wait, touch.
See, it's in 30 feet.
And I'm
Any
gonna move
creature
on
other
top
than
of
yourself
that.
making an attack while standing on corrupted ground does -2 attack penalty. Just so you know, it says any creature, and so that would include allies that are there.
I'm going to move it as soon as I can.
Okay.
I get bonus action to move it like in between all of them because it's a 10 feet radius, right? So
Yeah.
Okay.
be able to hit all.
Yeah.
So you're trying to move it away so that it's affecting them and not you guys, assuming you don't go through the door. Okay.
Yep.
And that's a -2 attack penalty. Let me write that down.
Yep.
All right. Is that the end of your turn? All right. And Oreo, the creature in front of the door is at about 1/3 health. Ire is about half health. What are you going to do?
And Ire is in melee range with 1, right?
He is, yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna take out the rapier, fury, and place it.
Okay, so you lean around and attack through the doorway, hitting. Go ahead and roll damage. And he explodes, But because you're out there, leaning out there to attack, it means you're close enough. That means you have to make your save. So it is a DC 10 save for you, Ire, and Devok.
I think I passed.
Okay.
Nope.
Oreo does not. And Devok does. So Oreo takes 3 points of fire damage.
Nice, lucky roll.
Alrighty, and it explodes. Alright, so the beginning of round 2. What's up?
I haven't done my bonus action.
Oh, fair enough. What are you going to do?
Can I? Oh, I have to. Ire, can you tell me what you see from there? Because if I get in there, I mean, maybe it will
Yeah, I see. If you move into the hex here, you'll be in range of 3. I would not advise moving.
Okay,
into
then
the room.
forget my bonus action. I am going to sleep it.
Alright. So that's so you're not doing
Yep,
anything?
I'm done. Nope,
Okay.
yep, I'm good.
Fair enough. So Hatchling 3 runs forward to attack Ire with his claws. He's got a -2, I believe, so he would have missed anyway. How long does that spell last, Devok?
Until I hold on, let me look again. I think it's a concentration. I didn't write that. Hold on. It's concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay, so you're still concentrating on it then. All right, fair enough. And at this point, Hatchling 1 moves behind Hatchling 3 to shoot at Ire. Hitting with a critical hit. Ire takes another 6 points of fire damage. And Ragu, you see that Ire is badly hurt. What are you going to do?
Damn it. Okay. Ire's still standing though, right?
He is.
Okay. Char's gonna flap over here, right past the door, getting feathers in this guy's face, and come down to this side. I'm going to step up as he's doing that.
Okay.
And take a big old swing at Hatchling.
Go for it. Okay.
Yeah, that works so
But
well.
you forgot your advantage, so roll again.
Yes. I got to roll one more time here. Sorry.
No problem. All right, so you do hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
All right, you do enough damage in one hit to cause it to explode, which means you and Ire need to make dex saves.
Now, actually, that's what I'm going to ask about is, since I'm standing directly in front of Ire, can I absorb the blast? Or is Ire...
You don't need to. He made his dex save.
Okay.
However, you have not, so go ahead and make your dex save. All right.
Which I have not.
Yeah. Oops. So you take 1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
I'm going to step back here.
Okay.
And Char will fly back to ready position.
Cool. Don't forget to take your damage.
Yes, 1 point.
And Pico, so you saw that Ragu got hurt a little bit. Not much, though. Ire is badly hurt. You've killed a couple of Kylon. What are you going to do?
Oh, hold on. Let's see. Let's have a peek here. Okay, there are 2 of them. Let's see. One of them's a hatchling. Actually, what's the...
Yeah, there's one behind the door, but he hasn't actually gotten it open yet. So let me move him back so you can't see him.
I'm going to just jam the door shut.
Okay.
And I am going to call out to Ire, help hold the door shut.
Got it.
All right. So the door is shut for now. We'll go ahead and leave combat. So at this point in time, they are scratching and beating against the door. You're holding it shut. So what's the end game?
All right, I'm going to quickly lock this door. We might be able to set up a better attack from the back door. So if we hurry up and move around there, Devot can shift his thing there, but we might actually get some attacks on them first. I think we're going to have to just keep mixing up where we attack them from.
Okay, shall we pile some boxes in front of the door here? Ayer's currently holding it.
I'm thinking if I want to even use a spell slot on myself to heal myself.
I think. Oh well. So we don't have.
How
Glenn
bad
at the
are you
moment.
hurting there?
He's really bad.
Yep, I can cure
some-
wounds myself if it's necessary.
How low? How low are you though? Like how much?
5 hit points.
Out of total what?
22.
Tough call. I think you should, but it's
I'd
your
say
skill
use
set,
it.
though.
We don't have our healer with us right now, so
Yeah, you haven't seen him since the downtime.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll
wasn't
burn
he
it.
at the beginning of the call, or did he drop out?
No, he was never
No.
here. He's not here
Okay.
today. We knew this ahead of time.
I think I'll go ahead and burn one.
Okay, go ahead and do your spell. And then
But
go
it's
ahead
the
and
thing-
position yourselves where you're going to end up before we start again.
Just to be
Oh, that's
sure,
real nice.
by the time that we get to the other door, we're still within the minute because the Vox spell is only for a minute.
It is just a cantrip, so you can cast it again if need be.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
The only reason to do it in less than a minute is so he doesn't spend an action casting, because he can do a bonus action.
Ideally, I'd be able to cast it before combat starts,
Got
as
that.
in like as like a surprise round or something. If we leave and go around and they're not expecting us.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, because if we grab a box or two and block this door here that Ayer's pushing, then we can run around to the other side. They're all going to be scratching at this door. Then we basically attack them from behind.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna so you guys set up your boxes. Go ahead and position yourselves to where you want to be for the next round, and then we'll get started with that.
Okay, now I've got an idea here. I am going to need Devok and Oreo to do ready actions, which this is, well, actually, no, yeah, here's what we can do, because this is not perfect, but, so, Devok, I want you to open the door once it's unlocked. You'll do your action first, then Oreo will do hers. Only one of the hatchlings should have an opportunity to react. We'll want to focus on that hatchling that moves. Then the rest of us will get our attacks in, and then Ayer, we need you to slam the door closed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if this all works well, only one of them will have a chance to attack us on this.
So just pure range attack at this point, right?
Ideally, you can run in, but you want to be able to get back out because we're going to close the door.
Okay.
So since this is the surprise round, I'm going to let everybody go, and then we will start a normal round. So who wants to go first?
I guess I'll open the door.
Okay, so the door is open. That's your interaction. You still have a action and bonus action.
Okay, yeah. Then I will cast.
That's a surprise. You can do an attack.
Wait, real quick. It keeps asking what level I'm casting this cantrip at. I'm not
It
sure
would
how to
be
stop
level
it.
1 then.
Yeah, I just want to. There's no levels. Like it doesn't make a difference. So I'm wondering if there's a way.
Oh,
to
No,
stop
it does. It higher
Yeah.
the distance you can. Oh wait, yeah, it changes your character levels.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, just
yeah,
put
it's just
one for
it
it needs to
now.
get programmed in there different.
Yeah, and we can change it to not ask you in the future, but for now, just put up with it.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just a thing. But yeah, I'm gonna. It's a 10-foot radius, so I'm assuming it can cover all of them, assuming they move up. I want it to cover like the door.
Okay, so
But
Well,
this
are you
is a
gonna?
surprise round, so you can still attack first, and then we'd have the option to have you cast that next time. But ideally, we're going to be slamming the door in their face at the end of this. So yeah, I think damage would be better for you.
Okay, yeah, scratch that then. Should I burn a spell? I can get one back after a short rest, so it's probably not that big of a deal. I think I will.
Yeah, one would be useful then potentially, especially if it's an AOE.
So would it be okay if I moved in and then moved out after I attacked, or is that a thing? Is that
Oh,
something
you
I
can
can
do that.
As long as you got enough movement. But if you get
But
close, if you get within melee range, then and you attack them, then they'll still get their attack
Won't
of
be
opportunity.
melee. Won't be melee. It's just 15 feet is 3 hexes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll move so 10.
And you said a hatchling, right?
Sorry.
No. Dave, you said something about hitting the hatchling.
I was a preference to hit Kylon Hatchling 1 if possible, because that one's kind of in the middle of our turn order. But that's not super critical.
Well, I want to be like in between these two, but I can't do that because it's hexes.
Sorry, what is it you're trying to do?
Like that, exactly what I just did. Okay. And then I cast this. One moment. Where are you? There you are.
Oh, 15-foot cone in front of you.
So it should theoretically hit all of them?
Let's see. So, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think so. Yep. So, sure. So, what are they have to make a dexterity saving throw? All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And they take no damage if they make the save.
Group save. What's your spell save?
It is, let me double check. 13.
Okay. And for what's attribute?
Intelligence. Well, in this case, they're rolling dex. Oh, I have to change it to dex. Okay.
No, it's your spell
Oh.
save, so it's your intelligence spell save. They have to make a dexterity check against that number.
So 13.
Yeah. So, we'll go ahead and roll your damage.
Right.
And then
That works.
let's see. Where are you, Devok? You said a 12. Okay. And you said 10 damage. And we'll see if they make it. So some of them made it, some of them didn't. And so several of them explode. One of them explodes that looks like you might be in range of. So go ahead and make a dex save.
Dex.
Okay. So that means that you through all that you take 3 points of fire damage, but otherwise you definitely destroy 2 of them with that attack.
They move back.
All right. So that was Devok, and he took out 2 of the hatchlings. Who's next?
Nice.
I will move in and go straight to hatchling 2 because that's the only thing I can get within melee.
Okay.
And because it's a prize round, I should have advantage, right?
That's right.
Okay, sweet. So taking out Fury again, and hitting it the best of my ability. Don't fail.
And you got a critical hit.
Okay.
And he explodes. So go ahead and make your dex save.
Yep.
And you take 4 fire damage as it explodes.
And then I get out.
Okay.
And that's it.
Cool.
I guess I'll go next, sir.
All right, go ahead. And you took. There you goes. All right, Ragu, what are you doing?
Oh, did you have anything else already? Sorry.
Nope, I'm good.
All right. So 2, 3. I can just get in there. Char flies in and flies out.
Okay.
In front of Kylon 3.
Fair enough.
So I will be hitting Kylon 3.
Okay, go for it. That is a hit. And that destroys it. So go ahead and make your dex save. Which you
Oh,
make.
that should not have been on. Yeah, that should have been just.
That's
normal,
fine, but you definitely it made it anyway.
Alrighty. And then I will punch Kylon 2 and beat feet.
Fair enough. Go for it. All right,
Yes.
you punch at him. That does not hit though. However, since you actually you didn't hit, so never mind. Go ahead and back up. There you go. All right, who's next?
Guess that should be me. All right, let's see. Pop in here. Is Kylon Young 2 injured at all?
No.
All right. I guess I'll loop around this way. Whoop. Oh, okay, whatever. There we go. I am going to go ahead and cast Booming Blade on that thing. Let me verify one thing with that.
Kylon 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brandish weapon. It says I make a melee attack. Yeah.
Yeah, that's with your standard melee attack weapons and bonuses.
Okay, so yep. Booming Blade.
Critical hit.
Oh, wow. That's going to kind of defeat the purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. Okay, perfect.
Slash for 7 points. He's at roughly half health.
All right, I am going to go ahead and bail out of the room and tell Ire to slam the door shut.
Slam the door shut, I will.
All right, so the door is shut. They do know you're there, so we're going to start a regular round of combat. So go to descending. We are in round 4. So the door is currently shut. Ranku, what are you going to do?
Did you have any ideas what to do now?
Maybe we can just talk these two.
I wanted to wait around and see if we hear a boom.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay, so
I will hold my attack if necessary.
Fair enough. Pico, you're doing the same?
Yeah.
And Ire, are you holding your attack as well?
Yep.
All right, so Kylon 4, at this point in time, you hear the sound of glass shattering. Okay. Devok, you've heard the sound of glass shattering. Are you going to still hold your action, or you do something else?
I'm gonna cast corruption again.
I think you should check the window.
I think somebody should go around this. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
should check the window.
I can do both.
Yeah, the south side's the window that broke.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna move the corruption over to like in front of I guess Char. You know what I'm talking about? Like where it would come from, essentially.
Okay, like down here.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just south of the group.
Is that the end of your turn?
I guess I'll move up and look here as well. Go around the side, you said?
Okay.
Yep.
You look up, but you're pretty sure you heard the glass coming from the south.
Yeah. I'll move right here.
Fair enough. And at this point in time, Pico, you hear the booming. What happens?
The thing takes a D8, which I accidentally rolled twice. The first one would be it. That should be enough to kill it then.
You don't hear a follow-up explosion. You do, however, hear more glass breaking.
Oh, that's right. These things probably have more hit points.
And it's to the north. All right.
Okay.
Oreo, you've heard glass breaking from the north and the south. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna move to the north. Uh,
I think
and
okay.
then get up to it and hit it.
All right. Go for it.
Now, I guess I have a question. Did I hear I mean, I didn't hear an explosion, but did I hear the boom of the booming blade
You did,
go off?
and it took the
Okay.
4 damage.
Yeah, just
All right, you
Okay.
stab it for 8 points of damage, killing it, and you get to make your dex save. Which you make, easily. All right, we're now at the beginning of round 5. Ragu, you heard an explosion from the north, and you do know that glass broke from the north and south, so what are you going to do?
Me and Char coming down here. I thought so. Char's gonna fly over this way, right in his face for half a second, and I'm gonna run right up and sink into him.
Fair enough. That hits. For a solid hit for 8 points of damage. It's looks like it's about half health, but it is still alive, but bloodied. That the end of your turn?
My offhand attack.
That also hits. For 4 points. Oops. All right, you hit it again, and you swear it's almost dead, but it's still standing there somehow.
Yep.
Is that the end of your turn?
That will be yes.
All right. All right, Pico, you've heard the explosion from the north. You heard glass from the north and south. Ragu ran to the south, and sounds like he engaged an enemy. What are you going to do?
All right, I'm going to charge around here. I guess I've got to consider how big the
2 hexes. So if you're within 2 hexes of the creature, you're in range.
wait. Well, I was talking about for the corruption thing, trying to avoid it.
Oh,
Corruption thing's in the building right now. It's
no,
not.
he moved it. He moved it down here. I think you are actually in it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be right here for this, but I guess I'll.
10-meter radius, or 10 feet radius. Sorry. So
Yeah.
it's pretty big.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and move here. I guess I'll go ahead and attack the thing. Probably regret this here in a moment. Actually, let's see. How's it looking? Yeah, whatever. Yep, just do the attack.
Okay, that hits. And it explodes, so both you and Ragu make your dex saves.
Wow.
Pico takes fire. Pico and Ragu take 7 points of fire damage as it explodes.
Wow. Wow, the dex rolls are just disastrous for everybody tonight.
Yeah. So are my attack rolls without my good friend Char.
So I
We'll be
am
okay.
going to take you out of combat. All right, so the creatures seem to be destroyed, so what do you do now?
Wasn't there
let's
more
search
in
around.
the back room?
We should probably investigate the room.
Yeah,
Gonna do.
search this room.
So as you enter this this back room, you notice that there are on the table there are broken glass. There's broken glass, and there looks like there's potential. Looks like potion bottles shattered. And as you look around, you see that there was on one of the books somebody was scribbling a note or something, and then they took it and ripped it out. It looks like and tore it into pieces.
Isn't some? Oh, Galen has mending, huh? Not one of you guys.
I don't have mending, but Galen probably does. You're right.
Of course, my understanding is the page is missing entirely, so.
Well, you can see the pieces of paper littered about.
Oh, it was just ripped up. Okay.
I
In
guess.
that case, collect them for later, maybe.
Is these a set of stairs, Jeremy?
It is a set of stairs.
I go to like halfway and just listen up to see if I hear anything.
Okay. You don't. You're having trouble hearing anything. Go ahead and make a perception check. Yep, you're pretty positive you don't hear anything.
I go all the way up.
All right, you head up and you find a this place has a top floor, and you see a couple of hallways and a couple of empty rooms. And in one of the rooms, you see scraps of wood or something. It looks like maybe parts of shelving. But one room in the back, you find a what looks like a sleeping bag, and you see some partially eaten food items. And you also notice um, a feminine garment up there as well. It looks very similar to what you found at Dolores' home.
I give a whistle, which maybe Ragu and Pico would recognize as in like there's stuff up here to so
I'll
that they
head
can.
up.
Okay, yeah, you head up, and yeah, you see the same.
Hmm.
And I guess we know where she's been hiding out. Perhaps we can set a trap and see if she comes back.
Yeah, the biggest concern is the fact that the windows are blown out now.
How fresh of does it look like it's been like how disturbed is it recent?
So you made it 18. So based on the dust and everything, you'd say that this is probably days old, if not a week.
She just probably planted it here, but then moved on. So she's probably doing this multiple places across the city.
Hmm. Oh, search through this just to make sure that there isn't anything more, or did you already do searching?
Not yet, so I can help you if you're
Yeah.
gonna do it.
Yep. Go ahead and make perception or investigation. You're working together, so you have advantage.
You guys want me to help with that?
I think we got it.
Yeah, your search, and as you're looking around, you see something. You basically see a scrap of paper. You think that somebody was writing something, and it has the word Elven, but that's all that's left.
We can keep these scraps later for mending and trying to find out more.
Yeah.
But if there's nothing else up here, I mean that's for this particular room. But when I first came up here, you said that I had already seen the other room, so there's
Yeah,
nothing else.
they were all
separate.
empty except for one that had some. It looks like wooden shelves. They're sitting on the ground. But yeah, it looks like whatever's going on here, they haven't done up here yet.
Ragu, any idea what kind of potions we blew up? Maybe I could help you figure it out.
Actually, yes. Let's go down and see what we got there. And the potions. Why would they have blown up?
Because there were explosions in the room.
Yep.
Stupid
That
Kylon.
might be,
Booming me. I thought they just did fire damage. Okay. Concussive force.
Yes.
Alrighty. I will go ahead and roll for seeing what the potions are.
So how are you going to do that? All right, what skill are you
Artificer's
using?
lore.
Sorry, say that again.
Artificer's lore. I should be able to determine the.
Fair enough. Go
What
ahead
it
and make
is.
a skill check.
And I was going to try and help him using my herbalism kit.
Okay, that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
So you have advantage. Not that you need it. But it looks like one of the potions was anti-venom, and one of the potions was a potion of healing.
Bit of a waste, but okay.
You're mean, Jeremy. Why would you do that to us?
Well, let's search. So other than the scraps, if we search this room, do we find anything else?
No, I mean it looks like any of the writing was done um, more recently than everything else in the room was put together, and it looks like this room is still, it's like the others, where it looks like it was put together, but it's not in use.
Oh shoot, there's still something in this room here, isn't there? I'm gonna listen at this
Investigation.
door.
Oh my, you're correct. I should have opened that door because the Kylon busted through.
I was
Ah.
gonna say I thought there was more of them here.
So yeah, so it already busted through. You already killed it. But anyway, this room, it looks like there's a bunch of empty shelves, but it looks like, based on the way it's arranged, there's probably some sort of record room. But there are
Anything
no
on
records currently that you can see.
anything on this table?
There's some empty books, and some writing utensils.
Any uh sneaky places around the desk itself that I can try and find?
Sure, go ahead and make a perception check, and if somebody's helping you, you can have advantage.
I'll help.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, you search around. You see one of the drawers. It looks like somebody dropped 3 silver in there, but otherwise you don't find anything.
Okie doke.
And while we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and open up all the doors, since you can just go through them now.
I guess
I
I'm
know
gonna
normally
search-
I'm not supposed. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna try and search these front 3 rooms.
Okay. As you go to search, you get this sense that somebody's already ransacked the place, and you don't find anything interesting.
All right.
Who could that be?
Are there any kitty hairs in with the ransacking?
Oh, come on. I'm not the only one who did that shit. Come on.
I'm just
Jeez.
teasing. I'm just teasing.
What's the Sudaga equivalent of cat hair? Is there one?
Scales.
Am
Yeah,
I
like discarded snake skin or something, lizard skin.
Yeah, basically. Alrighty, yeah, so you search the rest of the place. Like I said, it's already been ransacked by somebody, so what are you going to do?
Well, do we want to go ahead and try and find the guy over by the halls of learning?
It might be a good idea.
Alright,
Sure.
so yep, you go back and you head over to the halls of learning, which is fairly close, and it's maybe 10 minutes away. And as you start looking around, actually, Pico, you probably know about this already, but there's an old abandoned building that used to where teachers and professors used to live, and other staff members. So let me go ahead and put you on the map. Let's see. And who did I forget? Ire. Anyway.
Forgot Galen, and he forgot himself too.
Yep. So yeah, as you're going around the area, most of it's fairly nice. You can see that there's grass and plants. You can see a fountain. And then you see this large building here that, yeah, like I said, it looks like it says it actually has a sign on there that says abandoned, unsafe, do not enter, and it's got several windows. And let me go ahead and actually move you guys where you can see one of the windows. So, yep, so you can see a large window, and you can see into this large room that looks like it has uh, it looks like some sort of entertainment room, perhaps. It's got lots of chairs and sofas, carpets, but you also see a bunch of wooden debris, cracks in the floor, and that kind of thing. So it probably is true this place isn't safe. So what do you do? These windows over there, Pico, you went over here, they seem to be covered on the inside, so you can't actually see what's in there.
Interesting. And let's see, how big was this building again? Just getting a peek around the side. Oh, wow. Weird visibility. Oops, I ended up on the wrong
That's
map.
fine. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, let me delete you from the top map since you're not there anymore.
All right.
Yep, so you see some other windows. If you move closer, you can actually see through them. And you see a door.
And this is like
Now,
a
are these
hallway or
windows?
something?
So it looks like the window you're next to is blocked, but the window over here you can see into.
Right, that's just a hallway though, what I see, right?
Yeah, that's what you're saying, yes, is a hallway.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Oh,
I want to do this then. For all these windows that are covered up, I want to go ahead and use mold earth to put big piles next to them. I want to make sure there aren't exit routes.
Okay. So you're piling up mold earth against the windows that you can't see through?
Yeah.
Okay.
With that done, do we want to go ahead and just go inside?
well, I was gonna say if you
So,
look at like this corner, there's a like if you open this door in the front, immediately to the left is the door that has this room with the whatever is going on in the covered area. So
so yeah,
I
there's a
don't know.
door here and a door up here.
Maybe we'll go in through the other door since that's probably quieter. Yeah. Is it locked?
It appears to be boarded up. However, the door to the south was not boarded up.
Oh,
Or more precisely, it looks like somebody ripped the boards free because you can see pieces of board on the ground.
Okay, fair enough. Then yeah, I guess we'll go take the south door.
All right. So yep, you open the door, which seems to be in pretty bad shape, but you do get it open, and you see a door in the hallway. You can see that the hallway kind of goes around into that main room.
oh, okay.
And I noticed that Ragu is sitting still. Are you still connected, Ragu? I heard a noise, but
I think that's from.
okay, you guys can continue. But yeah, it looks like Tyler is having connection issues.
What's the state of the floor look like? I mean, how noisy is it likely to be to walk on it?
Yeah, there's definitely cracks in it, broken pieces of wood. It would be fairly difficult to be quiet when walking on it.
For that door, I'm gonna tell Oreo, think it might be trapped.
Let me check. I will stand in front of the door and check for traps.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
With advantage.
Okay. So yeah, you don't think it's trapped.
I don't think it's trap, Pico.
All right. Do we want to take a chance with this or wait for Ragu to wake up?
Maybe wait, cause you're pretty low too. I'm at about half, so if we go in, we've got to make sure everybody's kind of around.
So, Ire, how are you feeling?
Good. What do you mean?
Well,
just...
Do we want Devok and Iyer to go first, since they're both the best armored?
Sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, let me open the door for you then.
You think, Devak, you can have that spell ready if as soon
That's
as
a
we
good idea.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I'll cast it right now. Oh wait, this one?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you see anything that it seems like the threat, then feel free to do that.
Yeah,
you
it's
got that.
right where I'm at. I'll just move it when I see something.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
Those-
So as you
Hello,
open,
guys.
oh,
Hello?
yep, you're
Hello?
back.
There you are.
Okay, cool. What's going on? Oh,
Go around
We
to the
just
south
went
side.
in.
Go to the south side of the building, and there's gonna be a door.
Oh. outside. Okay.
Or never mind. I think you just moved either way.
Here, I'll just put you where they are. There you go. Anyway, go ahead and tell him what you guys were doing, because I don't think he was connected.
I missed it. Sorry.
We're in the building, about to go through this door.
Okay.
Now I see that there are stairs. Do those go up?
Yeah, that's what. Okay, yeah. So once you look down the hallway, you see two doors that are closed, and you do see stairs that go up. And you can see that the floor is in pretty bad shape, which means that any stealth rolls would probably have a fairly high DC.
Any sounds that I can hear just standing here for right now?
Go ahead and
Is
make.
the floor actually broken, or is it just a bunch of crap on the floor?
No, there are. It's definitely. There's both. There parts of the floor are broken, and there's a bunch of crap on the floor.
You want to send Chard up to to the second floor windows if there are any?
Actually, that's a good idea.
But before
I
we do
charge
that,
now?
Oreo asked if she could hear anything. So Oreo, you're listening, and you do hear scratching noises coming from right above you.
Above, not from behind either of these doors.
That, not as far as you can tell. You can make a perception check if you want.
Okay. I'll do the perception check, but I'll point back to Ragu and the rest of the party and just kind of point up and make them aware of the noise.
Okay. Yep. You don't hear anything from behind these doors.
Okay.
All right. Back to you,
From
Tyler.
a
What you
point
doing?
of okay, from a point of view of the noise, you said this floor here had a bunch of stuff covering it and it was broken. Does it look safe enough to walk on broken, or
No, you can walk on it. It's definitely so you can walk over it. It just means that there's lots of things to bend and make noise, so stealth is more difficult.
okay? So if I were to say cast Unseen Servant to have him sweep all the debris away, then that wouldn't help any.
It might help some, but then sweeping the debris would also make noise.
Okay, and never mind then. I'll just have Char fly up to the second floor, swirling around to see where he can see what he can see.
Fair enough. Let me go ahead and I'm going to temporarily move your character. Oh wait. I guess that was all blocked. My bad. No, you can't see anything from the outside. Sorry about that. I forgot that
Okay, so
those windows were all blocked off.
Okay.
But there are multiple blocked off windows, and the second floor is as large as the first floor. And as Char's flying around, it can definitely see shadows behind the windows. So there's definitely movement.
Okay, I kind of whispered to everybody there are definitely people moving around up there. Is there like a fireplace chimney that doesn't have smoke coming out of it?
This place does not seem to have a fireplace, so there's no chimney.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of people upstairs walking around, but I can just see their shadows.
You sure they're people?
Could be Kylon. Creatures. There's creatures moving around upstairs.
All right.
There's just one way in and out of that particular room.
There's one set of stairs, if that's what you mean.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, there's windows in there, anything that they can potentially exit from if need be or something. Like, I just want to know what he sees in that
He
regard.
saw some windows upstairs, but they were covered up from the inside.
But covered up isn't just a cloth or boarded up.
Probably cloth, yeah. Like heavy cloth.
And then I can see the silhouettes behind that.
Yeah.
Well, I've got some thoughts here. One is I could go ahead and rush up the stairs, have a look, come back down, and maybe everybody could stack up here with ranged weapons to be ready for anything that comes downstairs. Another idea I have is what if we actually barricade these stairs entirely and set ourselves up for a second floor entrance?
How do you mean set ourselves up for a second floor entrance? Get rid of these stairs and then climb up?
I was thinking more of a ramp myself.
Not a bad idea.
Go for it. Yeah, I'm down.
So
Now,
which one, Plan
with
A
all
or
these,
Plan B? Plan A is me rushing up the step to peek and coming back down. Plan B is barricading it and trying to go up through the second floor.
The safer route would probably be you rushing in and out, but that's because of the health you've got. So,
well, wait a second. Char, be very, very careful. But go see what we can see. So Char can fly over up to the second floor.
Okay.
Here he can kind of come up to the stairs and then fly up, and we can get a good peek at what the second floor is.
So that's I just put your character there, Ragu, temporarily. That's what
Okay.
you see. So
Alrighty.
you see the two hatchlings, and then you see a hallway with doors on either side, and the doors are all partially ajar, and you hear a bunch of sound coming from this either side. So you suspect that there are more behind those doors.
Char will fly back over to us now.
Yep.
Okay. And I kind of whisper to everybody, there's a room right at the end of the stairs. It's got two hatchlings in it and lots of damaged walls and floors. And then there's a hallway that has a whole bunch of doors, and there's lots of sounds coming from there.
So this sounds more like a Kylon scenario, not actually humans or humanoids?
Yes, I believe so.
is
The
there
people using these
something?
Kylon just kind of release and let them do their business. They don't stick around because they'll get eaten.
Is the room where the hatchlings are? Is there anything that splits between that and the rest of the hallway, like how it is
No,
here, where?
it's literally just one small room. Oh, wait a second here. Maybe I can do this real quick. Just draw on the floor with the dirt. There is a small room. Actually, how do I make that stay?
What are you trying to do?
I was just going to try
He's
and
trying to
free
draw.
Okay.
Why is it not staying? Where do I have to click on to make it stay?
I
Just a
see
little
it.
brush under your cursor, or is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it keeps turning black every time I try and draw it. Here, I'll draw it out here where I can see.
If you're
There is a
drawing
room.
outside of the visibility, that's going to block it.
Okay. There's a room on the top of the stairs, and these are the stairs here.
mm-hmm.
And then there's a hallway here, and this hallway has many doors with Kylon activity coming out of it. And then there's a Kylon here and a Kylon here, and the rest of this room is just filled with junk, and the floors look unstable.
Oh, yeah.
Two Kylon?
I mean, if we can, it's one thing to just get rid of the two that are right up there, but it's with all the noise, they're gonna probably just start bursting out of those rooms.
right.
bottleneck is right there.
How do we approach this?
Well, I've got a really dumb idea now. I wonder how far a Kylon can jump.
Huh.
I'm actually thinking about barricading every window on the ground floor. Well, of course, I can't do anything about the top ones, so that might be an issue.
You just want to give them the only exit as the second floor windows?
Possibly, but on the other hand, if they decide to bust out those, I don't want them raining down around us. Although I was kind of thinking we'd be able to encourage them to come down. Well, yeah, get them. If we can cut them to come downstairs, then the problem is what to do about upstairs.
Well, if we can get them to come down the stairs and we stay here at this point, we have a kill hallway as long as we have enough ranged attack. And
So maybe
with our friend Devok's new spell, that might be very helpful if he sets it up right there.
Yeah.
so we lure them out from down here.
That might work. Although I kind of like to pin them down here. So, okay, well, one thing I could do is I could go ahead and set up maybe a barricade here just at this door, basically something where we can shoot through, but it'd be hard for them to get through. Because how big are the Kylon hatchlings?
They're about the size of medium-sized dogs, but they seem to be able to climb and move much easier than dogs.
Well, the hallway is still a narrow choke point, so that does help, especially with that doorway. And yeah, and I could get them lured down.
Okay, if we lure them down and we get rid of the stairs, they have to make a jump. Mechanically speaking, they have to make a jump check of some sort, right? How tall is the stairs from ground to the level?
If they're really good at climbing, they might just climb on the walls like spiders.
Do we know that's how they do it though?
Why don't we find out? I've got an idea.
I was going to say, actually, we just need to ask because we have fought a Kylon out in the open, and that Kylon just ran from the floor up to the roof and tried to disappear. How did he climb that? Did he just
That's true. That's true. So, yeah,
We've seen that.
It seems like with their claws that they were able to climb pretty easily. It was very similar to climbing like a spider. So you think that they have very good climbing ability.
Okay. Because we have seen that before when we fought them.
Yep, good point.
So blocking the stairs wouldn't necessarily do much, but if we lured them down, then they would normally take the stairs before climbing, so that would still give us a choke point to take them out one at a time.
That would be the point, which is Pico's. I think it was his second idea, right? It's just something with the stairs anyway. So I feel like that might be the safer bet. Only thing is maybe someone or some people go upstairs, make a lot of noise to really rattle them up and get them out. In the rush of them trying to go after us, maybe they start hurting each other in the process. I don't know. But then by the time we come down, have enough time to do something with the stairs so that they're forced to do it one by one or something to get down.
Well, I can definitely make the noise because I can go up there. Well, I'll basically just attack them and run back, and one of those attacks should make a lot of noise. I am thinking that we might be able to also lock them in? No. All right, I want to get some dirt ready just in case. So what I can do is I can kind of create a choke point for the. I mean, basically where the make it so they do have to climb instead of just be able to run freely. Of course, is anybody limited as far as what their ranged attacks are, or do you want to be able to get close to them? I mean, granted, they do blow up.
I was thinking if we could do our ranged attacks and we have a hallway, a kill zone. So as they come out here, hold on a second. Sorry. As they come out here, then we can all range attack and just pile up bodies, and they'd all explode down here as they're coming down.
I was thinking a bit closer in the sense that if we're down, whoops, where did that come from? If we're down here where I'm standing right now, but then I go ahead and put a dirt barricade here, I can set up something where they have to climb up, so they're coming into a narrow opening, so we can, so basically we've got them one at a time right in front of us for the attack. And with that choked up like that, I could then also seal it afterwards in order so that, if they come through, I can limit how many of them come through at once.
Unfortunately, we do have two problems with that.
Okay, what's the second problem?
This problem and this problem.
There's no sounds that I heard coming from there. It was all coming upstairs.
If we put our door right here, our gate right here, and we are standing back here where Pico is to fire and destroy stuff, they can pile into the hallway, go through that door, and come out behind us or wherever those doors lead.
No, they can't because I barricaded those windows.
These doors here?
Yes.
They're barricaded from the other side?
Well, I don't know about the other side of the doors, but I barricaded up every window outside.
Well, no, what I meant is, where do these doors lead, and can they use it to get around us?
They're dead end doors. They either
Okay.
go outside or through a window or into another room. But yeah, this main room has no other entry to us.
I wasn't talking about them getting outside. I was simply talking about them getting away from our kill zone.
I have
Leaving
no
an exit
problem
so
being
they
all the
can-
way back here to do a range attack. All of my range attacks are perfectly fine even from this distance, so I can be from back there.
I was simply saying instead of having our choke point here, have our choke point here on the stairs, which is already a natural choke point.
But depending on how these are gonna come one by one, I don't have anything against shooting them from far away and just trying, because if they do explode, especially if there are a bunch of them at the same time, that we end up exploding at the same round. Again, look at our health, man. We're not exactly in the
Well,
best
no, I
shape.
didn't think it would. It's the same plan. I just thought this would be a better choke point.
If you want to be up in their face, by all means, go up front. I'm gonna shoot from the back.
To be clear, he might be talking about going up the stairs and shooting them as they come down the hallway upstairs or something.
I thought the idea was to kind of stay in the first floor and.
Yeah, exactly. See, right where I'm standing, we can shoot. That's 20 feet. They have to come down the stairs as soon as they come. As soon as they come from this direction, and then start coming down this way, is when we start shooting them here. That's just one person at a time. The stairs. Once they get into the hallway, they can line up 2 by 2. And then we have to shoot more of them, and they can rush up on us.
Yeah, it's basically the same ambush, just moved forward.
And then we can fall back if necessary, but I thought this would be a good place to.
The reason I wanted to do the door is it'd be easier for me to barricade the door entirely, plus it kind of encourages them to come downstairs. I didn't want them to be too prepared with the idea of busting out from the top.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, is I wanted them to come downstairs. Because
Okay.
if they find a way out from the top, like we were just saying that they would just storming out of the windows for some reason, and then they invade us from outside.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then we'll go with that. That's fine. That's good. That's good.
Are these doors closed that are in this hallway?
They are closed, yeah. They're not. They don't appear to have locks, but they are definitely closed.
Which way do they swing?
They swing into the rooms.
And they're completely closed right now?
Yeah.
All right, well, let me go ahead and I'm going to basically scoop some dirt from outside and start building up something of a berm, I guess. Well, I guess I could put something right in front of the stairs if Ragu would rather have that.
So you're building up
However,
dirt on the stairs?
Not really on the stairs, in front of them. Hold on, let me see if I can draw something here to illustrate. Oh well. Basically about here, basically just kind of piling things up. So we'd see them come down the stairs, but then they'd have to kind of come up and over the berm. And then I want to go ahead and have some. Actually, I guess kind of. I do want to have enough dirt in here, so I'll probably pile some more right here as well. So the idea being is that the second pile I just drew, if I had to, I could move it on top of the first one to completely seal off the stairs. But right now, having it low, like think of it as half height, so that they'd be able to come down and go over it. But if I needed to, I could then use mold earth to take the close pile, stick it on top of the far one to completely seal off the hallway.
Okay, so it sounds like going over those hexes would be rough terrain.
yeah. Ever try to crawl up a sand dune? Yes, that would be rough terrain.
Well, and it is possible to make it that way with, well actually, that's something I could do entirely is if I could add extra dirt all the way down the hallway, make all of that rough terrain the way down, that way it'd really slow them up moving along.
Well,
Fair
the thing
enough.
is though, if well, I don't know if they exactly have spider climb or not, but if that's the interpretation that we're going by, I don't know what's stopping them from just going clawing through the side of the wall rather than walking over the dunes.
Well, that would be more effort for them.
Chances are they'll just try and come after us first. They might very well cling to the walls and come around the sides, but it'll be at least a round or two before they figure it out.
For
Okay.
what it's worth, I mean, the dirt's free and we'll learn something about them. If they do that, well, it just means we do what we did originally. If the dirt works, then it helps us.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to ready myself on top of the table so I have a higher vantage point and ready out of my short bow so I'm ready for the pen.
Fair enough. All right. So we will. All right. So how do you guys want to do this? Actually, do you want to have one of you run up and attack, and then run back down, and then we start, or how do you want to do it?
Let's everybody get ready. I can draw them down if you wish.
Well, I can
Sorry,
get them down here easily enough. So yeah, let me just go ahead and set up the dirt. So I'm going to go ahead and the first two will be taller because of that whole sealing off thing I want to be able to do. The rest of it, though, is this will all be shorter, basically just enough dirt in order to make everything rough.
Yeah, just keep the ones that you want to be able to move around then. Don't worry about drawing the other ones. I'll just assume that right up until Ragu is rough terrain.
And this is a door right here in front of me?
Yeah, but it's open.
Yes, but we have the option to close it if we need. That's the point I'm
You
getting at.
do, however, it is in pretty shoddy shape, so you're not sure how much good that'll do you.
That was why I wanted to have dirt piled up for that. That was kind of where I wanted that choke point, because the door seemed like a narrower point to close than the stairs.
In that case, can you put another piece of dirt right here and then just suck it up? I mean, it costs one action. So if you put a 5-foot pile here and then another 5-foot pile here, you can grab this 5-foot pile and pull it here 5 feet and have your second berm in one action if needed.
Well, it'd probably be better on the closer side of the door, but either.
In that case, yeah, we can back up and you can do that.
Well,
that way you'll have that second berm if we need it. The first berm's there, and we'll have the whole hallway to blow up.
Well,
so you want this here?
Yeah, well, more to the point, see this line I drew over here next to Char? I basically want rough terrain all the way from the stairs to there.
Okay. It, as far as I know, it will affect you guys as well.
That's why everybody should be off of it over onto the north side of the line.
Okay. I
Duvak
would
and I.
suggest everybody move then.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to need to verify something first.
And Devog, you're gonna cast your spell somewhere in the middle of all of that, right? As they're coming down?
That's the plan.
Let's see. Features.
Does this place have a basement, or is the broken floor just go down to dirt directly underneath it?
There seems to be some sort of foundation underneath, but there's no basement.
All right, is the foundation like 3 or 4 feet down or so?
Not really. It's pretty near underneath, so there isn't a crawl space or anything. It's basically you got wood built right on top.
So it's not like a big fall,
No,
or even a short fall.
right. Even if the floor breaks, the worst that'll happen is it makes a loud noise, and maybe you trip if you get your foot jammed. But otherwise, that's it.
Okay.
All right. It's my one concern. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, of course, actually, I guess it doesn't matter too much. I was hoping I could attack, but I don't think that's going to be much of an option for me. So,
One last thing, just in case you feel like doing it there. I give you a small bag, and I say, go ahead and spread these out on the stairs as you're leaving.
What does he give me?
Caltrops.
Alrighty, I can do that. Okay, I am going to do one last pass around the outside to make sure that basically I'm basically going to seal up every entrance except, yeah, because this door here that's barricaded, does it look like it'd be hard to bust through it?
If it's barricaded, then yeah, it'd be hard to bust through.
No, but I mean the boarded up stuff.
Oh yeah, oh that's what you mean. Yeah, it is boarded up, so it is pretty sturdy, but mostly because of the boards. It's still in kind of a bad shape, but it's boarded up enough that you think it's fine.
Well, I'm actually thinking more that we might want to have that open to get out.
Oh, in that case, you'd have to go and bust on the outside and kind of, tear away all the boarding and all that.
Well, I
Do you
guess in
think
a
we can
pinch,
take a different exit?
there's enough dirt, I guess, there by this one door that, let's see. Yeah, there's enough dirt here, I can seal that, and then we can use the normal one. So I guess we'll stick with that. But yeah,
Well,
I'll
don't we
make
have
sure.
the window that we can burst through also? Big
Yep,
window
it
to
is
the-
covered with like thick cloth, like I said, but yeah, you could easily move the cloth away and jump through. It's glass, so you might cut yourself, but it's otherwise it's a normal window.
Yeah, we can always throw something through in advance. Okay, in that case, I'll make sure that everything is barricaded outside except that window. So this window will stay clear, and I'm going to barricade everything, including this door that we came in.
Okay, so your only exit's that window.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to. I'm gonna put away my claws for the time being. I'm gonna have a couple of darts in hand. And so I'm going to carefully move to here, and then okay. So now, at this point, I'm going to trigger feline agility.
Okay.
And I am going to, let's see, so 1. There are the Kylons.
Which definitely see you as you run up.
All right. So I go ahead and roar at them, and then I go ahead and go downstairs again.
All right.
Don't forget the caltrops.
I am going to dump out the caltrops on the steps as I run down. I'm actually going, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and use the dash action so I can get over all this rough terrain without
Okay.
being slowed down.
So go ahead and position yourself then, and everybody roll initiative.
Oh, does everybody have a ranged weapon?
Yep.
Yes. Also, I'm gonna cast this spell now, like before they get down here.
Yeah, I have my action ready to strike the first thing I see coming down that stairs.
All right, well, I'm in no danger of cutting anybody off.
Crazy rolls.
All right. Does everybody roll? I'm going to take that as a yes then, and it's the beginning of round 1. So one of the Kylon Young come running. 2, 3, 4, 5. What's their move again? Okay. So
As soon as they appear on the stairs, they need to make a DC 15 Dex check.
Okay. Yeah, otherwise they take a damage, I believe.
1 point of damage, and their movement is permanently slowed until they heal.
And can I shoot them from here now? Because I can technically see them.
All right, it failed, so it definitely takes a point. And if you have readied actions from essentially setting up combat, you would basically get you can get one of your readied actions, or you get one readied action, I should say. Yep. So go ahead and take it now if that's what you want.
Yep.
Okay, that's a hit. All right, so it slams into him for 6 points of damage.
Now, question, because since it didn't necessarily know that it was about to be attacked by me, would that be considered like an unseen attack, so I would have advantage?
I don't think so, because it's running down the stairs. It knows there's people down here because it's chasing after one of them. And
but as soon as it gets around the corner, it gets hit with an arrow. That's kind of a surprise. Like, as soon as you turn around the room, thump, it's there.
That was my hope. Like, it saw one person, but it doesn't even know what exactly attacked
I guess I'll give
it
to you for the first round. So go ahead and roll again to see if you get a crit.
I thought she was talking about her sneak attack damage.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. But roll again anyway. If you get advantage, you might get a crit.
Oh,
okay, so go ahead and roll your sneak.
Okay, that's it.
All right, so it gets hit as it's coming down, making it more angry. And let's see, that was 6 hexes. So now I can move 3, 1, 2, 3. So it winds up there. And you're spending your action to do that. Okay, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, because I was ready I was on the same page as Ori there.
That's fine. All right, so you hit it for 5 points, which is not quite enough to kill it. But you get really close. All right. Is anybody else using their ready to action on this one, or are you gonna wait?
Yeah, I can throw my javelin.
Okay, go for it. You throw your javelin. So it hits the ground nearby. It doesn't quite hit. Anybody else? You can hold it. You can continue to hold it for future ones that are coming down, or you can spend it now. You get the 1.
Do spells count as like a ranged weapon?
If it's a readied action, you can take an action. So that includes a spell. So it's so you can cast a spell.
I'll just go ahead and use mine. Which one though? Okay.
Or a cantrip.
Yeah. Oh. I should wait. Yeah. I don't know if that hits. I feel like that's not how it's supposed to be rolled. Hold on. Something weird.
What's it supposed to be?
I'll try and send it. I don't know how to do that though.
Can you put it up there? We can put it up.
The
Yeah,
target has to do a dex saving throw, so the target rolls, not you.
I don't know why
Yeah,
it's
that
making
makes
me
sense.
roll.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
Does it get any sort of disadvantage since it's on difficult terrain and it's got caltrops stuck in its feet?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'll give it disadvantage. Um, okay,
Why-
so what's your spell save DC?
13?
Okay. And go ahead and click on Ascending Flame to get the damage.
It's 1d6. Oh, yeah, okay. That's
Oh,
right.
Yeah, there you go. 3 points. None. It succeeded the first time. I didn't set it, so that's fine. We'll do it again. And it succeeded the second time, so it does not hurt it.
Yeah. Wait, I don't know how to change it so it doesn't do that.
Yeah, we
You have
do
to-
that afterward. Just tell me that they have to make a dex save for this session, and we'll fix it later. All right. Anybody else? Okay, I will move on then. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I guess it has enough to get to there. Alright, so you see one appear in the stairs. It actually does have to make a dex save, so let me take care of that. 15, 1 point of damage. It makes its dex save, so it's not affected by the caltrop. So you see the Kylon Young appear on the stairs, but it doesn't have enough movement to come down yet. Does anybody have any held actions left to take at it? Okay. Ragu, it is now your turn. So the closest Kylon Young is very badly hurt, and the one on the stairs is not hurt at all. What are you going to do? Am I coming through to you guys?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Ragu, what are you going to do?
Very good.
Ragu.
Tyler, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right, so like I said, you see the Kylon 3 that's badly hurt. You see the Young 2 on the stairs who's not hurt at all. What are you going to do?
I'm taking a pot at Kylon 3 here.
All right, go for it. That hits. And you kill it. It explodes.
Boom.
It had 1 hit point, so there's no point rolling. Are you doing anything else on your turn?
Have everything else ready that I need ready. Nope, I'm good.
Fair enough. All right, Ire, you see a Kylon on the stairs, in the process of running down. What are you going to do?
I will pull out a second javelin and attempt to throw it at the Kylon Young. Let's
Fair enough. Go for it.
go towards this. Ooh, there we go.
Critical hit.
Nice.
It sticks right in its head, but even with the javelin sticking in its head, it is still moving.
Oh, you.
No, it's my turn.
All right.
Not bad.
All right, hatchling 1. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. And there, and it has to make it save. Dex 15, 1. It does make it save, and it used a dash action, so that's the end of its turn. All right, Davak, you see a hatchling, and you see a Kylon Young. The Kylon Young is almost dead. What are you going to do?
Well, let's see. I'll shoot the Kylon Young with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it. That's a hit.
3.
You hit it, almost killing it. It's got 1 hit point left.
Of course it does.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Now that Kylon Young, it's still up on the stairs.
Yeah, that's where it ended its turn because that's
Okay.
where it ran out of movement.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So from upstairs, you hear a crashing noise, and then you hear a thud outside from this direction.
Of course we do.
All right, Oreo. So you have a hatchling in front of you. You have the young on the stairs who's almost dead, and you heard a thud from outside. What are you going to do?
I can't see how low 2 is.
He's got 1 hit point.
All right then. Arrow
Now, isn't that
to
other Kylon there supposed to be damaged?
No,
thought it made
nothing.
it save.
Yeah, nothing hit it.
Wait a minute. Well, what did Dyer hit? Or did he kill the one he hit?
Yeah, he killed him.
He
Oh
hit
no,
this
he
one and
didn't.
it knocked it down a lot
Yeah.
because it's a young, not a hatchling.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that's the one he hit. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Never
the one
mind.
that has a javelin sticking out of the freaking forehead. Like a
Yes.
unicorn. So I will shoot an arrow at that one then.
The young too?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. That hits, and it explodes. Is that the end of your turn?
Reload with a bonus action, and I'm done.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So at this point in time, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Okay. So this guy is going to make his save, or not. We'll see. He did not make a save, so he does take the point of damage. And he runs down, and he stops, and fires at whoever's in front, which I see is Devok. So, Devok, you're getting fire in the face, potentially.
Okay.
And it just hits the floor in front of you. All right, Pico, you see there's 2 hatchlings in the hallway. You heard a thud from outside. What are you going to do?
Well, not really equipped to do anything other than deal with this problem. So I am going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm gonna have to step into a bit of the rough terrain, which will slow me down. I'm gonna throw 2 darts at the closest hatchling.
Okay.
Let's see, dart.
The first dart misses. Second dart hits. All right, you hit him for 7 points of damage, which...
4.
Oh, my bad. So he is pretty much bloodied, but still alive.
All right, and then 1, 2. So I guess that would have been 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go over to the window here, see if I can see what's going on outside.
Okay, you look around and you don't see anything.
All right, I guess that's it.
All right. So you hear
I will grab one of my claws though, since I already had the darts ready.
Okay. You do hear another smashing noise and another thud outside. And the thud, Oreo, seems to be coming from right out here. Okay. And then hatchling 4. Hatchling 4 just barely makes it to the top of the stairs and makes his save. Or her save, whichever you want to call them. Or its save, more accurately, and it fails. Alright, so now we're at the beginning of round 2. You have 3 of them in the hallway. You have at least 2 outside. So, Ragu, what are you going to do?
I look over to Pico and say, "You got this, yes?"
Not really, but finish off the hallway ones.
Oh no, I wasn't doing the hallway. That's why I said you got this.
Well, what are you doing?
That's 30 feet.
Well, remember, the
Yeah.
window is still whole, so it basically, if you smash through it, it acts like rough terrain. So it's basically 2 hexes to get through the window.
So I would still land here.
You can run up to it and smash it for next round. That would work as well.
Yeah. Is there another way out? Or wait a second, that door's barricaded, isn't
Yep.
it?
You guys specifically barricaded all the other exits.
Except for this window.
Exactly.
Considering that they're outside, I don't think. Let's finish these 3 off, and then we all go as a group out, because we're in a bit of a safer spot unless for whatever reason they become the Hulk and they can smash through the door, the wall that's next to us.
I'm not worried about them smashing through the door. I'm worried about them running off into the city and killing people while we can't catch them.
Well, I'm right here and can move pretty quickly, so, I mean, in the time it takes you to get through the window, I could also get through the window and then run a fair bit to see where they went.
Fair enough. I will fight.
All right, Ragu, what are you doing? Which one are you shooting? All right.
First in order.
That hits. And it explodes. Is that the end of your turn?
Charles fly over here and would be good. Ready another bow or arrow or bolt.
Fair enough. So, Ire, there's 2 left in the hallway, at least 2 outside. What are you going to do?
1 second, 1 second. Okay, I do have more javelins left, so I will throw a javelin. I cannot see the full name, but the one in front there.
Fair enough. Are you within range?
30 feet. Oh, whoa. Let's see. 30 feet. Yep.
Okay, go for it then.
Doesn't
Well,
matter.
regardless, it hits the wall nearby. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Devok, there's 2 in the hallway, at least 2 outside. What are you going to do?
I will shoot the other one in front of me.
Okay, go for it. What are you shooting it with?
Whoops. Eldritch Blast again.
Okay, that's a hit. Okay, Eldritch Blast slams into him for 3 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn? I'll take that as a yes.
Yes. I thought you heard me.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, what does this one do? Okay. Alright, Oreo. So there's 2 in front of you and at least 2 outside. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna fire at the closest one in front of me.
Okay. That does not hit. It hits the dirt. It is a long distance.
And that's my turn, bonus action to reload.
Okay. Alrighty, so Hatchling 2 attempts to move forward. 1, 2, 3. That's all he can move without, well, he could dash, but instead he's going to fire at Devok. With a 15, that fails miserably. Alright,
Can he dash with his speed penalties?
Say that again?
Can he dash with the speed penalties?
He didn't dash.
No, but could he? I didn't think he could.
I think he might have to make a save, but he wanted to shoot anyway, so he wasn't going to dash.
Okay. Just checking for future movement.
Fair enough. But yeah, I think if you get a caltrop or something like that, you can dash, but it's a DC 10 dex save or you fall down, you fall prone.
Okay.
All right, Pico, what are you gonna do?
All right, I'm going to smash my way out the window, do a roll right through it.
Okay, go ahead. You should be able to move through. And at this point in time, yeah. So at this point in time, you do not see anything. However, that is just with passive. If you want to search the area or, look at some specific spot, you can, as an action, make a perception check.
I'm going to yell that I think there are Kylon in the bushes out here. Shoot. I'm probably... Well, actually, can I... How good's my view from the window? Oh, whatever. I'm gonna go... Crap. Yeah, I'm gonna come back into the window and ready an action. I'm gonna stand here, try to be nice and visible.
Okay. Alrighty, so what's he gonna do? Okay. Fair enough. All right, and then hatchling 4 looks down this hall. It looks at all the dirt and all the trouble that hatchling 2 had, and at this point in time, he just climbs on the wall and then jumps down and then fires at Oreo. And hits. Oreo, you take 1 fire damage. Okay, we are at the beginning of round 3. Ragu, you saw one of the creatures just get sick of the ground and climb along the wall, shooting at Oreo, and the other is still standing there shooting in the doorway. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go ahead and drop my crossbow, step forward. Wait, I lost him. Hold on a second. Char's going to fly over here, flapping his face, fly this direction.
Okay.
I'm going to step up, and I'm going to swing hard.
Go for it. You swing, but you forgot your advantage.
Oh, wait, yeah. Thank you.
And you hit. Okay, you swing at him really hard. You cut right through him. You cut him in half. And he explodes. Go ahead and make your dex save. And you take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
I'll go ahead and step back.
Okay. All right. Ire, you saw the one explode pretty close to you. You see the one in the doorway still shooting. Fire, what are you going to do?
Javelin.
Do you have any more left?
Yep, I have 2 left.
Fair enough. You hit. And he explodes.
Nice.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Devok. There are none in the hallway, but you know that there's at least 2 outside somewhere. So what are you going to do?
Outside, as in near Pico?
Well,
I think I saw one out here, but it's hidden.
We know that, but we heard a sound on this side.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and move out here.
Unfortunately, you guys decided to barricade that door.
Yeah, so to go to the window.
Oh, okay. I guess. Is the window broken?
It is now.
But the window on this side, where
Yeah, that
Pico's
window is also barricaded.
The one I'm
Okay.
standing next to is the one that's
I
open.
don't think he can see it. Oh, okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Did this window break when he exploded?
It would be
It did,
barricaded.
but
It
it's
wouldn't
barricaded.
matter.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Anyway, Devox, so what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'll move over to where Pico is, basically.
Okay.
That's the
The
end of my turn.
window is broken, so you can go out if you want, but you have to climb out, so it's rough terrain.
Oh wait, I can dash. I'll do that.
Okay. So yeah, that takes 2 axes of movement, and you are now outside. So go ahead.
Actually, yeah, I can't see it. I guess I end my turn there then.
Fair enough. All right. What is he going to do? He's probably going to stay there for now. All right, Oreo. You see the hallway's clear. There's at least 2 outside. What are you going to do?
Oh, my full movement
Two.
gets me here. I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash, and then you said
Okay.
it's 2 hexes to get out, right?
Yeah.
That puts me at 40.
But would it be 2 X's since I already broke the window?
You still have to climb out, and there's still going to be shards of glass and everything. So that's just climbing out without getting hurt and climbing over the seal and everything. So it's basically acts like 1 hex of rough terrain. Go ahead, Oreo.
Gets me there, and I'm gonna just use the wall as cover for right now. And actually, well, that's bonus movement. I'm gonna ready an action. If anything comes into view, I'm going to use within melee. Then I'll use Fury. I'll take my rapier out.
Okay. All right, Pico. Nothing has shown its face yet. The hallway is clear. So what are you going to do?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go ahead and cast Mold Earth to clear the door, and then go to the door.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
If you use your interaction to open the door, I can rush through it.
Sure.
Okay, so that's what he's doing. All right, we're at the beginning of round 4. There's at least 2 outside. The bottom floor is empty of Kylon, as far as you know. So what are you going to do, Ragu?
Okay, I'm gonna just move Char first, simply for ease. He'll come through the door here. I will come rushing through the door when... Oh, stuck on the wall.
Here, I'll put you outside. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, you are outside. You do not see any Kylon
5.
around, so what are you going to do?
With Char there as well, will I have advantage? He has keen hearing and sight. I'm going to look for them. Tracks of them, if I can see them in the bushes, something, look up,
Fair
see
enough.
if they're on the roof.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
Would it be perception or investigation?
It's a really quick looking around. You're not actually interacting with things very much, so it's a perception. Okay, you look around. You do not see any evidence of them. However, the dirt up here is torn up, and it seems to be going in a northern direction. That is your action to do the perception check. But if you have any movement, you can continue moving.
I think that was movement up to 6, and I can't take a dash on my bonus, so I'm pretty much stuck there. Oh, wait a second. Char has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He can easily get to here.
Okay, so Char tells you telepathically that there is a Kylon hiding in the bushes to the northwest of him.
Up here somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay,
That the end of your turn?
that is.
All right.
I kind of yell out, up there and in the bush.
Okay. And Ire, you heard that, and the door is now open. There is no Kylon inside the building, or at least not on the floor. This floor. So what are you going to do?
Is this door? This door is not open, is it?
No, that
That's
door is
barricaded.
barricaded, but
All
this
right.
door is open.
The window is open though.
3, 4, 6. All right, I'm gonna sprint. I guess I'm not gonna be able to do anything otherwise, so I'll just sprint.
There you go. You, due to your passive perception, you notice the Kylon hiding in the bushes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run right up to him, and that is my turn.
And for future reference, he rolled a 5 on a stealth check, which is why everybody can see him on your passive perception. All right, Devok, you heard that. You heard what Ragu said. What are you gonna do?
I'll go around the corner. There.
And you see the Kylon hiding in the bushes. Although, given Ire approaching, it probably realizes that it's no longer hidden, but hasn't had a chance to act yet. So what are you gonna do?
I'll move my corruption over so it's like on him, but not on Ire.
Okay.
And then I'll use another Eldritch Blast.
Go for it. That's it. That's a hit. For a solid 8 points of damage, knocking him to about half health. He is bloodied. Is that the end of your turn? Okay. All right. Let's see. What is he going to do? He'll probably go to there. All right, Oreo. So you also heard what's going on. You've heard Devok fire an Eldritch Blast at something. What are you going to do?
I go into that's 10. Where did you plant the radius of that thing? Devok?
Actually, so it's like covering Ire, but not covering Ire, but covering it. So you'd probably want to be on the other side of him.
On this side?
Yeah. If
Can
you
I
can
be
get
on this hex?
Yeah,
or-
theoretically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you put it like up here somewhere, so that the circle's there, she could probably be there in that case.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that was 10. 25. Okay, so that's exactly what I needed. So I'll be there and then use my rapier to hit it.
Go for it. And you hit.
And
And you think it your sneak attack. Yep. So it explodes. So both you and Ire go ahead and make your deck save. Okay, you both make it. And it exploded. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
yeah.
Oreo? All right.
Yep.
Pico, you're at the doorway, so what are you going to do? You heard one of them explode.
I'm gonna 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I see any tracks or anything?
Do you? Let's see. It made a good stealth roll, so if you want to use your action, you can look around for tracks. You don't see it passively.
All right, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. So yeah, you're looking around for tracks, and you get the barest hint that something was in the area, but it was. It seems to be really stealthy, so you can't tell where it went. But you can tell. Go ahead and move out here. You can tell that it landed over here. It clearly isn't there now, though.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
That's fine. So that's your action. You can move if you have any movement left.
No, that's pretty much it.
All right. So we're at round 5. There is you're pretty sure there's at least one Kylon still out here. You don't know what kind of Kylon it is. So Ragu, what are you going to do?
Before you use your action, if you want to hold your action, I think I have a way of finding the last one.
Okay.
And then you can go after.
Fair enough. So Ira, what are you going to do?
Okay,
Wait,
I'm
say,
just
if I
gonna
hold
move.
my action, can I still move?
So if you hold your action, you can either move or take your action.
So move now and say you're gonna hold your action.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
just trying to
that's true.
figure out, do I go this way?
Sure, just to risk heading it off.
Yep, go ahead if you want.
Okay.
All right. So Ira, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna move just a bit, and then I'm gonna use divine sense, which tells me if there is a celestial fiend or
And
something.
Kylon do
I forget what the
count
last
as
one is.
fiends.
Yeah, so he should count as a fiend within 60 feet of me. As long as he doesn't have full cover, then I know the location.
Okay. Let me see. That's 60 feet. You do not detect one 60 feet within 60 feet of you.
Okay.
So that's your action. You're gonna move more, or are you done?
Yeah, I'll move. And that's my turn.
All right, Devok, you know that there's at least one Kylon around here somewhere, but no idea where. What are you gonna do?
I move this way.
Okay. And you can dash if you want.
Good plan. Actually, this is a mistake. I should have moved the other way. Too late. Can I enter through this window? Probably not, huh?
No, the window's barred, but the door here is open.
Okay. Well, it's probably not inside. I'm gonna end my turn here then.
Alrighty. So I guess it'll stay there. All right, Oreo, what are you gonna do?
Uh, I'm going to stand on the ledge of this like fountain thing.
Okay.
I want to have viewpoints of both south and slightly north, and I'm gonna prepare a bow. So I prepared an action to shoot if I even see the Kylon appear at any point from both sides.
Fair enough. All right, Pico. So what are you gonna do?
I want to specifically check try and follow the tracks.
You're gonna try to follow the tracks. Go
Yeah.
ahead, and that takes an action. Go ahead and make a survival check. All right. I'm assuming you don't have any bonuses, right? So that's just 19.
Mm-hmm.
So yep, you are still unable to follow the tracks, but you do know it landed here. And there's some evidence that it probably was over here at one point, but it's not there now.
All right, seeing Ragu, I'm going to point at this cluster of trees and shrug.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, this is
Since I saved my action, can I go ahead and use it before our start, or do I just go?
well, if you save your action, you got to have a trigger. And I assume the trigger was, if a Kylon showed up, you would hit it.
Yeah. Okay.
In which case, that trigger didn't happen, so you lose that action.
Alrighty.
So it is now your turn.
Okay, I will move up to here. Char can fly right up to here. Actually, since he's in the air, he can be like up in here. And we are desperately looking for this Kylon.
Okay, so you can take an action to make a perception check. or a tracking check with survival. Um, and if you make a perception check because you got Char helping you, that you will have advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
You have no idea. Is that the end of your turn?
Unless I can do something else with my bonus action.
I don't think so. So, Ire, what are you going to do?
Okay. I'm gonna come down here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I wonder if I am close enough now. Yeah, I'll use it again. I'll go ahead and do Divine Sense again.
Okay.
See if
You do
I can
so,
catch.
and you get the sense that it is probably over here. Actually, probably up here in the bushes.
Okay, I'm gonna call that out to everybody, and
Well, in that
that's my turn.
case, I'm just going to make him visible.
Great.
All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Devok, you know that it's over here somewhere. So what are you going to do?
Oh wait, I moved too far. Hold on. There we go. I shoot.
Go for it. That's a hit.
Easy. 3.
Okay, he
All right.
slams into him for 3 points. Is that the end of your turn? All right, Hatchling 3 will then claw at Pico now that it knows that it has been uncovered. And a 16 is a hit, I believe. Is that correct?
Yep.
So you take 2 points of damage, one of which is a burning fire. All right, Oreo, you know that it's over this direction somewhere. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash along with my movement, which puts me right here.
Okay.
And do I officially have line of sight to the thing?
You do.
Then I will shoot it with my arrow because I had that ready from
Yep.
previous
Go for
one. Is it in melee with? Yes, it is. Okay.
Yep. That's a hit.
Sorry.
And Pico, go ahead and make a dex saving throw.
Whoops. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, the dex rolls have been doing great all day.
Okay, you avoid
go.
getting knocked unconscious. And I will go ahead and end the combat. Based on Ire's spell, you believe, or you have good reason to believe that you got them all. At least, yeah, all of them actually.
Maybe we should check for eggs. Other than that,
Oh, we're gonna check the building right now.
So
Yeah.
what we're going to do actually is we're going to pause you here, and you guys can check the building next session. And so let me go ahead and set up your experience points.
Nice shot with the bow, and nice method of tracking, Ire.
Yep, thank you.
get in there.
Let's see. I think I already calculated this.
Nice job not dropping. How many hit points do you have left?
I got 3.
All right, so that'd be 150. And then let's see. 250. Yeah, I'm just calculating this real quick. Treasure V25. 50 plus 50 plus 25, 225. All right, so who,
Everybody got to fill.
except for Galen, because he wasn't here.
Yeah.
All right. So that means that everybody got 225 experience points as the base, and then everybody except for Galen gets an additional 25 experience points. So that'll be 250 for most of you. And then we'll go ahead and stop